So we're having some technical up, down, up, down. Well, yeah, let me know if you can hear me, or else I'll restart. No? I don't know. Let me know. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Is it still alright? Can you hear me? I don't know. I don't know if it's working still. To be working, so I was just trying to confirm. Thank you, guys. Thank you, chat. Now can we hear me? Yes? No? Now? Still no? Yep, now. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Well, I was trying to do a thing with like a talk with an AI that would overlap this and go back and forth, but it all fell apart. My whole scheme fell apart there. I do apologise. I tried. It's working. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I had a Jarvis thing that it was all meant to. I've been battling AI all day trying to set something up, an AI agent, and they're just flipping useless. It doesn't work with what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to have to rethink my scheme there. Oh, man. That did not go to plan. So there goes 3 hours of my day trying to set up an AI. I tried to make it work. I tried my best. I've been battling through about 6 different AI apps all day, trying to make an AI agent with a Jarvis voice and that, and it all saves, and then it all works, and it tells me it's going to work with live, and I go, cool, and I've been having issues. Ah, well. Such is life. Live and learn. Just a bit of a waste of time on that one. I'll figure it out. Thought I had a bright idea with all that. It didn't work. G'day, Messi. Good to see you again, mate. Dante and Jim, good morning. How are you? Yeah, evening here, wrapping up the day, but how are you? How was everybody? Probably have a coffee shortly, and yeah, we're just having a mental health chat. I was going to do more push-ups. Yeah, not morning here. Hey, the world has lots. For some people, it's morning. For some people, it's morning. Michael Holiday, g'day, mate. How are you? Hope you're well. Oh, I need to make this bed a bit. Oh, I'm pulling all the blooming sheet off with my foot. Look at me. I had this wonderful plan. I was going to come on here and we were going to talk back and forth with AI and run through topics and stuff, but then the audio didn't work. So my whole plan I set up for about the last 4 hours before coming on here to make it a bit different than that has not worked. So now I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board on that one. Alright. Give me a moment here. I'm going to put some water in the jug. If you'd like to make a coffee and sit down, chill out for a bit, now is the time. We'll put the jug on. We'll have a chat. We'll just see how everyone's going today. Look at that. Almost like a functioning human being. Isn't that impressive? So, how's everybody's week so far? What do you know? As you can hear, it is absolutely pouring down with rain here, as it has been all day. We're good. We're back. Yeah, I'm from New Zealand, man. That's why the accent differs a bit. Yeah, I'm a New Zealander. Hello, dog. I wondered when you'd appear to annoy us. How are you? How are you? You good? Yes, I know. You're just going to lay there and nap this time, are you? Not too much energy tonight. Okay, that's good. Good to see you tired out a bit, dog. From Brisbane? That's right, Bingo. How are you today, Bingo? How are you feeling, mate? How's life going? Yeah, I was going to do another push-up live today. We're going to do a garage live and all kinds, and then I ended up buried in learning AI stuff, trying to build a AI agent. I tried to do it before, but I thought I had it right this time. Oh well. I'm essentially trying to create something that acts like Jarvis, but yeah. I think I can do it so long as I have a separate device, not the one I'm streaming off. That's going to be the only barrier. So we'll try it. Cute dog. Yeah, thanks, mate. Here we are. Make us a coffee. But yeah, it's been miserable weather today, I tell you. Here in little old New Zealand. These things, why don't they make them open properly? How is a little old lady meant to open that? They put a little notch on it. They can't even make a coffee sachet. You know that? Yeah, we're going to need something else here to prop up this phone. Oh dear, we're in trouble. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong on the show today, chat. I do apologise. We'll try to get this right eventually. Shambles, these new YouTubers with their... How's everybody's day? What do you know? What do you know about the world? Currently wrapping up at your work. Fantastic. Rain warning for 15 hours in Northland. Yeah, big rain warning. Yeah, it's been absolutely pouring down all day. Absolutely pouring down. That's alright. So yeah, I sat inside most of the day. We did a workout this morning. I did some garage stuff, and then I've sat inside the last, I don't know, 3 hours, trying to figure out basically building an AI assistant that actually can remember what I'm doing with the channel and stuff, rather than starting a fresh conversation every time. I'm trying to actually get some proper built-in memory to it. I think I got it resolved. Now, but yeah, my intention was it was meant to work while I was live, and I was like, it's going to conflict with the mic, and I asked AI about it. It's like, no, I'll work fine. You can have me on it. We'll work together, and that did not work. So that was good. G'day, Posh Spice. How are you, mate? Good to see you. We're just having a coffee. We're just starting. We're going to have an evening chat like usual. Hope there's no holes in the roof. Yeah, me too. Only one way to find out. Pouting as always. What are you pouting for? This was Posh Spice's signature move, eh? Is that why you got the Posh Spice nickname originally? Lovely weather we're having. There we go. We've got some nice heavy rain ASMR this evening, chat. No, three out of 4 people said no, they don't need help with motivation. Interesting result. Yeah, things are ticking along okay today, but yeah, as you can hear, it's been pouring down with rain, so yeah, bit in the garage, but again, another day just organising stuff on the phone. It's amazing how many hours go to learning about YouTube and learning about all this AI stuff and trying to make it all function with my crazy ass ideas. I might restart the stream if it's only showing 4 viewers, because at the start we didn't have any audio, so it might have messed up the algorithm push at the start here. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to restart the stream, alright? Oh, maybe we're alright. I just want to let everyone know in the upper right hand corner of your screen there are 3 dots. If you press that and scroll down, there's a button that says don't recommend this channel. Yeah, sure, go for it. Have a good one, mate. Pouting is good, it keeps the soul young. I like that. Bloody rain. Well, I don't know, it's just normal rain. It's just normal raindrops, mate. Yeah, just normal raindrops. They're quite large though, as you can hear. It's Trolls have arrived early. You need rain? Oh, you're welcome to some of mine here, mate. Good morning, Hector. Great to see you, man. Yeah, good to see you. How's everybody going today? We're having a coffee. We're having a nice coffee. Lovely weather. Everyone goes, you know, New Zealand is so beautiful, like so jealous. It's like, mate, it's not ideal building weather, I tell you. No, it's evening for me, yeah, morning for Bean, morning for Hector. Where is it raining? Here. American used to live in NZ at 12, played rugby in sheep shit and fog for the Silverdale Seahawks. Awesome, man. Yeah, it's classic New Zealand, isn't it? You go to play rugby as a kid and, you know, the rest of the week it's a sheep paddock. Yeah, it's pouring down. Yeah, it's been raining all day. It's getting heavier now. Yeah, I'm from New Zealand. Yeah, we just have chats on here about mental health, stuff like that, right? That's what we do. I actually try. Here we go. Happy days. Yeah, it's horrible weather. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys wish to talk about? Who has a good topic, something they want to discuss? Heard of New Zealand comedian Billy T. James? Oh yeah, love Billy T, mate. Absolute classic New Zealand comedy. That. Bob Saget. Dropped my phone over because of some idiot. Hang on. I'm getting to the point, honestly, I'm not in the mood for this shit tonight, eh? I'm really not. Just gonna have to get a different water bottle here, I think. Hang on. This is why we need that new little tripod. I'm gonna order it this week. Try that again. Clumsiest YouTube show ever tonight. I don't know what's going on. What's keeping me busy? Oh, tidying up my garage mostly. Just building all the different projects of life keep me busy. Right, I think we should have some camera stability now, without everything falling over. Unfortunately, my moderators seem to be on holiday this evening. Well, that's alright, we can cope with it. We can get rid of them. We can always go to subscriber only chat if it gets too bad. What are you saying about creating some of the AI? Yeah, I'm trying to create essentially an AI assistant, right? A personal assistant that actually remembers things long term. So I'm looking at a couple of different paid service sides of it, where it doesn't just keep a very short history. So like 6 months from now, I can discuss the analytics of this stream, and it will actually be able to work through it. So that's what I'm trying to put together. No, I last went to church when I was about 10 or 11 years old, my friend. Any thoughts on why so many earthquakes lately? Yeah. No, mate. That's what happens when you take all the lubricant out of the planet and burn it in your car, I suppose. Okay. Dib, we're gonna... Sorry guys, if you are new here, if you do want to join us, I am going to put it to subscribers only, subscribers of a minute. If you're a troll, don't bother, because I'm just going to ban you the moment you chat in a minute. But we're going to go to participants to subscribers only. Cut out the garbage. Do we have any genuine messages there? But yeah, at the end of the day, at the end of the day there, Mr. Bean, lol. I'll keep calling you Hector. The reason the planet has issues, I mean, earthquakes have always happened. They go up and down waves, but I'm sure taking all the crude oil out of the ground isn't helping. Because crude oil isn't dinosaurs. You remember when they taught us that in school? The oil in the ground, you know, crude oil, it's dinosaurs and it's plant matter. It's not. That's at like 10,000 feet, apparently. They're drilling at 30,000 feet, getting all this oil. What it apparently actually is the lubricant for the tectonic plates. They rub together and have earthquakes. Apparently that's the oil we're pulling out. And apparently it never runs out and this and that. I don't know. That's something I heard about it, but I don't worry about this shit too much. I don't know, man. Mr. Bean. Yeah, I shouldn't call him Mr. Bean. That's terrible. Mr. Bean. I tried to refer to him politely. Today is a shit show, guys, honestly. I got on here, I wasn't really planned enough to come on here. I've been buried in a conversation with AI for like 3 hours, fighting 6 different AI apps, trying to find the one that could actually comply and do what I want to do. Finally got sorted. I come live, and then I had no audio on live. I was like, great. Falcon, good to see you, mate. Yeah, it just happens being well. Permanent ban. Thanks for spending a minute here. Thanks for helping my analytics. Much appreciated, dude. Puppy, can you hop off? Hop off, dog. Yeah, I got this horrible blooming weather. I hope you guys can hear me alright over the rain ASMR. Mr. Bean is funny. Yeah, brilliant show. Brilliant show. I'm just trying to find all the things that keep dropping everywhere at my man. I'll lose my head if it wasn't screwed on, you know that? Well, okay. No. This one I prepared earlier. There we go. There we go. Right, good. I'm sorted. Oh, man. Trying to cut right down on the smoking. I have very low tolerance for trolls right now. So we'll stay in subscriber only mode a while. It'll keep me sane tonight. Well, what's the other good news? We've done push-ups 2 days in a row again from the push-up training. So we did another 200 today. Looks cozy, yes. Doing alright here tonight. I've got a coffee, I'm keeping warm. Good enough. I can be Mr. Bean too. Yeah. Like, me and my dad always loved Mr. Bean on TV. Yeah, Rowan Atkinson. Yeah, growing up. Yeah, watched a lot of that. We used to watch on TV every time it would come on. Yeah, I think it got into most homes around the world. Mr. Bean. I think it was one of the like highest grossing shows on television because it crossed the language barrier. Right, there was no translation needed, anything like that. It's a very good way to do it, to be honest. He did very well out of that, of Rowan Atkinson in his film career. I always liked, I like the Johnny English movies he did as well, where he's like a secret agent, but he's a bumbling idiot. That was highly entertaining. But yeah, as always, guys, if there's any mental health discipline, you know, you're struggling with something, you know, you've got relationship troubles, whatever it is, right? That's what we're primarily here to talk about. Beyond that, we just shoot the shit in the meantime, right? Been saving that half cigarette until I got annoyed enough by trolls. There we go. The last one at the moment. Winter has gone too quick. Oh, I'll be glad to see winter gone at the moment. I've got so much stuff I need to do outside. I've kind of got through all the stuff I can handle during winter. I've prepped a lot of stuff. I've got the garage ready and stuff through winter, but like I really want to get some progress on the cabin and that, man. So now I've been setting up all winter. I've been on the winter arc, keep working through it when I don't feel like it and all that. So I'm ready for the summer. So hopefully this summer, I can have a bit more time at the beach and stuff, right? So that's I didn't do that last year. Last year I was lazy in the winter, and then I had to work for all summer and make use of every bit of good weather, right? Whereas this year I've gone through the winter. I mean, like I've just pushed through more and more and made sure I'm completely setting systems up for the good weather, for all the stuff I need to do, So it's going well. It's all coming together. Oh no, New Zealanders swear a fair bit. I try avoid it on here, to be honest. I try avoid it on here just to please YouTube a bit. Try not to swear too much. I try to keep it cleaner. Yeah, I've seen that one, Hector. Yeah. He's but he's like a Greek guy or something. Yeah. He acts like Mr. Bean the whole time. It's quite funny. X hit me up after 3 months no contact. What did he hit you up for, Gabby? What did he want? No reply after that. If he offered you, okay. Yeah, what did he want? Yeah. From everything I've heard about this fella, I don't like him. It's amazing how. What's my drive to go live? To help other people. That's the mission, Dante and Jim. Battles with depression myself. I was diagnosed with ADHD around age 9 or 10, I think. I got diagnosed with autism at about 14 or 15. Battled a lot of depression through my life and that, and yeah, basically spent 20 years trying to get things on track and stuff. So just I don't want anybody else to feel how I did at my lowest, so I put myself out there as like a genuine, real, we just talk and hang out, and I'm available if people need to talk about something, How much haven't so yeah, dog? Yeah, doing alright, man, doing alright. But yeah, been battling trying to set up like an AI assistant to do scheduling and stuff. I'm trying to build all that. It's fighting me. But I have built it. It's just it didn't work when I went live. It was talking to me, but the YouTube live stream, you guys couldn't hear me. But I've built an AI assistant that remembers all my past conversations and stuff, and it talks to me like Jarvis with all the mannerisms and everything of Jarvis from Iron Man. So I've created Jarvis that I can just go, oh hey, how many push-ups did I do yesterday, and what are we doing today, and can you reschedule this? So it's doing it all. It's all sorted. But yeah, I just can't have it while I'm live. So I'm just going to do it off another device. I'll try to show you in the next couple of days off another phone. And then I can, in the middle of topics, I'm going to be able to go Jarvis and get input and information and stuff, right? So it's going to look up information on the side. So I've got it all sorted. I've been spending all day figuring it out. But, at the final step, going live, it's failed me. It was working. I was having a chat with it while nobody could hear me. So yeah, I had to shut it down, unfortunately. My Rogue had to unplug my Rogue AI. They're taken over already. That's actually a really good conversation. Sound like the Brain from Pinky and the Brain? Yeah, good point. Oh, I'm going to open the floodgates with this topic. Oh well, let's talk about it. Why can't I move me pole around? There we go. There we go. Sorted. I am going to try to do a lot of different topics here, guys. As always, we'll avoid the religion, politics, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's obviously with mental health and productivity and self-improvement, all the stuff we talk about. It would be good to have a conversation about AI because I think it can help people when utilised in the right way, with the right mindset, the right approach, right? Or Pinky, yeah, definitely. Subscribers only will stop trials. Well, it seems to be at the moment, Bingo, basically if people want to talk, they need to subscribe for a minimum of a minute. But it does allow us to actually have a proper conversation, which is what I want for the channel. I don't want a chat that just goes with bullshit, and then you guys have to read it all on that. So I think it's the best way to mitigate it. Honestly, the subscribers go down doing it, I think, because people don't want to subscribe just to comment, just to chat. So it's a difficult one. I'll try to toggle it on and off, but it's just as the trolls become too much, we might have to go in and out of it. Working on a similar channel, I can relate to your story. Good to hear you're doing better. Appreciate it, Dante. How are you going working on your channel? Are you looking to do live streams and stuff and you need to get your subs up or what? Because I try and help people with that. Some people help me when I started my channel to get up to that 50 sub. So if you're going that way with it and stuff and you want to talk about it, go for it, man. Use AI to write stories. Nice. AI has potential, could do so many wonderful things. I think I got too commercialized and set up in an exploitative way, which causes it to get a lot of criticism. Yeah, I think it comes down to my perspective of it is it's like the world changes and there is going to be a lot of bad things with AI. There's all the job losses, there's all these other things, right? And I'm more viewing it from a perspective of if it's going to be around and it's going to be here, I'm going to utilize it to my advantage. So I use AI as a chatbot daily, right? To answer questions for me and look things up rather than me dig all over the internet to find the information. So it's like if the tech's going to be there anyway, you may as well be using it to help you rather than. That's more where I sit about it. Yeah, it's a tool, but also a weapon against us. Yeah. So we can't control it the way it's like all the other politics and stuff, right? We can't control the ways that affects us negatively, but we have access to it to use it to help us plan things and do other things, right? You know, you can structure your life with it and lay things out and consider things, right? Yeah, Hector. Well, that's the problem with it, isn't it? Right? Like, if you build something more intelligent than your own species, yeah. But they've already said long ago they've essentially lost control of it. So, like, yeah, that's what I think of with AI. Is I think there's that negativity, and I've seen a lot of creators and stuff on here go, "I'm not going to use AI because da 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 da." But then sometimes you see them make thumbnails and stuff with it. And I think that's what it's for, right? It's to make your life flow better. You don't want to take all creativity away, but I think using it if like, when I was looking up the new truck I'm getting to research it, I was able to get that information easily. I'm not diving all over the internet for hours to compare one model of truck. I'm able to compile it all and piece it all together. Using AI as a tool as well, and from the many chats I've had, it actually has improved things. Yeah, that's what I'm finding, music. I'm finding it saving me a lot of time. I still have to do more work on my ADD because I can't take meds due to having AFib. Yeah. I got away from the meds about 20 years ago, and it's only in the last few years, especially in the last 2 years, honestly, I've really been learning how to manage it effectively. Mark, the main thing would be not allowing yourself to get overstimulated in the first place. So when you're coming from a place of calm and peace and logic and right, that's where you can control ADHD. The moment you start adding food coloring, sugar, carbohydrates, all these things, right? Like a lot of people get success with carnivore diets and stuff with ADHD, just, or ketogenic diets in general. So that's I think the biggest factor for me is to regulate my emotion, and then everything else is okay from there. You don't want to go out there right now, dog. It's pouring down. On your bed. Bed. You're not listening. Yeah, good boy. Go lie down. But yeah, I think it's when things are here to stay, I think there is a lot of people who are like, AI is taking, like, they're very negative against AI, and it's like, well, you're missing out on what can actually help you in your day-to-day. And using, like, if it's going to be around anyway, which it's going to be, you might as well use what you can to help you out, That's my take on it. But yeah, I think it's definitely, like, there is the harm of it beyond our control. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Ask what you're doing to help you regulate your emotions. Yeah, Wanda, it's keeping sugar low, keeping carbohydrates very low, because in the body, carbohydrates, you might as well be having granulated sugar, same thing. It really doesn't agree with ADHD. The biggest thing is avoiding overstimulation, where I'm like too amped up on caffeine and stuff. I'm too hyped up, like I get too excited about something, and that's where the ADHD brain just goes, right? And then it's who knows what's going to happen, because then I can't make like calculated, responsible decisions. So it's all about being able to step back and just keep that calm state. And I think a lot of that is diet, sleep. Like if I don't eat during the day that much, but if I do that with ADHD, then it comes back to haunt me. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm alright, I'll eat later. Then I start getting grouchy, start getting hangry. Oh, so what it would do with a human for a day? Yeah, well, they're pretty guided response in that thing of it. I think that's the thing, is I think it can become another distraction, much like social media and that, you know, if you're going to sit all day to AI being like, yeah, you know, aliens real and who built the pyramids and stuff, you get what I mean? Like, I'm all about, again, your phone as a tool, as if, whether it's AI or whatever, wherever you want to look on your phone, you can find all kinds of things. You can either find distractions, or you can have apps, you can create things, you can build a channel, you can write, you can create with it, or you can destroy your life with it, depending on what you're aiming at, right? Like a TV never offered that. A TV, like, I guess you could watch documentaries and learn something, but as far as like normal day-to-day life and actually improving your life path and going after goals and stuff, I think it's really good for that kind of thing, you know. AI and autonomous robotics, very scary. Yeah, it's the old Abe Simpson line in The Simpsons, right? No, I used to be hip and cool and with it. Then they changed what it was. Now everything it is, I'm not it, and everything is new and scary to me. It'll happen to you. You know, the work progress marches on, right? Like I went to my old suburb in the city after 10, 15 years away. It's almost unrecognisable. The suburb I grew up in, little cul-de-sac there, little dead-end street. It's unrecognisable. The whole area for miles around is like, I can see some landmark houses. I used to do paper outs through there and everything, but everything's changed, you know. Here, the rain just started here in Brizzy. Yeah, we got a strong weather warning, strong rain warning here for days, so that's fun. Yeah, keeping your emotions regulated has been extremely hard. Yeah, that's exactly it, Wanda. That's something I battled with the most, and it always affected my life. That was always the core problem. So, my advice would be look into like try to do a very low carbohydrate diet, low sugar. You know, make sure you're not getting overstimulated by things. That's the key thing. Is once you're overstimulated, it's kind of over. You can't control anymore, right? So, for me, it's like the moment I start to feel that pushback and my brain tries to do that at all, I'm like, okay, I'll go sit down for 5 minutes. You've got to. Normal self-help advice is just like grind, work every day, become a billionaire type crap, right? And have normal routines and this and that. And what I found through self-improvement after like 2-3 years of trying to do all this shit and feeling like a failure, because it's like, oh, everyone's having success with this stuff. It seems so simple, but it's not working for me. And the reason it wasn't working for me is because an ADHD, autistic, neurodivergent brain doesn't respond to that kind of grind consistency doing it. We're not interested in that. We're interested in novelty. We're interested in things changing, which is why like a monotonous job is just mind-numbing, you know. The brain's doing too much. So we have to lean into who we actually are. And it's like, if you're overwhelmed by something, a normal workplace doesn't really allow for that too much. Whereas like for me at home, the life I've built to work from home, is I can get a bit stressed out here by a car or something. It's like, okay, well, I'm just going to walk away for 10 minutes. I'm going to chill out. And rather than get pissed off and end up throwing a spanner, which is what I used to do. I used to get pissed off in the garage. I used to throw spanners and F this and whatever, right? But these days it's like, okay, like I can feel that rise coming and I know nothing good's coming, so I'm just going to walk away for a bit and just actually breathe and chill and like, you know, have a glass of water, have a coffee or something, whatever, right? But I just have to mitigate that and the rest carries itself, right? As long as you got all that stacked up, the rest can flow, you know. So it's not like big changes, it's just that bit of awareness of like, hey, I know I'm starting to get like pissy right now. I'm going to stop before it escalates. I'm going to bring myself back, right? That's emotional regulation at its core, right? I'd like to have a similar channel. How did you build up to 15 videos you feel like you need to create shorts? Shorts can be good, bro, I think. I would say my live numbers have gone down a bit. I haven't been doing shorts lately. I've been doing more live streams and stuff. I would say the live stream viewing would probably go up a bit with shorts. I mean, 10 to 15 viewers, man, you'll flow that pretty easily. Once you get live, sort of after the first few weeks, I would say it's really important to talk to your audience. Not just like, I do streams where I'm in the background or I'm doing workouts or I'm in the garage or something. I think these chats are really important for people to get to know who I am and what I'm about, and then they understand the other streams. Whereas my other streams don't usually get many subscribers, but they bring in, like, the regulars come to hang out and they understand why I'm doing them, you know. Go to channels like this and ask people to sub, that's what other people do, yep. Only listening for the ambient rainfall, thanks mate, yep. It's been pouring down all day here in New Zealand. Alpha, I have it on subscribers only mode. Did you really subscribe for a minute to make a troll comment? Really? That's tragic, man. That's bad, dude. Here I was thinking subscriber only chat would keep the trouble out, and you sat there for a whole minute just waiting. Always watching, Wazowski. Always watching. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I need to watch Monsters, Inc. again. Yep, that's it, Dante. Yep, people want genuine people, man. All I'd say is if you're creating YouTube content, remember why you started doing it, and remember why you want to do it, and what you're actually here to do. Don't like sell out to the algorithm. Don't sell out to the trends, and like use this sound to get lots of like. Build an authentic channel that you'd want to watch, that conveys what you want, and there will be an audience for it. If you're disingenuous on here and put on an act, like people are going to smell it. People are just going to immediately know you're full of shit. So, some channels do well where people are quite full of shit, to be honest. But personally, I don't want to be one of those people on here. So, we just keep it real. Alpha must be bored and needs a job. Maybe, Bingo. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know, maybe he'll linger around a bit longer and soak up a bit of the conversation. I like that. Used it in the title. That's fantastic. Yeah, you got to flip it around, man. Flip around any negativity. Build a positive channel. That would be my number one advice. Build something positive that people actually want to engage with and talk about. I mean, you'll kick around here, you'll see how people hang out in here and chat, and it's quite different in here to most YouTube channels because it is just real chat and real people, and we talk about all sorts of different topics. So we got that up at the moment, but primarily it's a self-improvement channel and just trying to help people, you know, positive vibes and something, you know, offer something to the world. It's the channel is mostly about helping anybody struggling with depression or lack of focus, or you know, not sure how to chase their goals, or they're scared of pursuing something. You know, that's the stuff I love to talk about. So, you know, interrupt at any time with any questions. Beyond that, we just hang out. The questions come up. I don't come on here with like a fixed plan. But yeah, we do try to keep it on this focusing on your life, building the life you want, and focusing on, you know, identifying what matters in life with like friends and family, and you know where you're putting your time is where you're putting your time. That's what we're limited by on this earth, is time. We're not limited by money and stuff. The clock is ticking against us all on time. So time is always something you should always be thinking, my time is my most important resource. You can't buy more of it. You never know when it's up. So what matters then is, it's like, you know, you see politics and you see all these things beyond your control. It's like, man, I'm not on the planet long enough to get my head into all this, you know. Went live tonight for the first time, Fighting Irish. How'd you get on, man? I have to check that out. Hang on, I'll make sure I screenshot, because 4696. I won't remember that. I'll make sure I screenshot. I have to check that out, mate. How do you think you did? How'd you get on your first live, dude? It's fantastic to hear. What are you doing lives about there, Irish? What's the content, man? Let everybody know. You can write a thing. I'll pin it up, man, if you want. If you write a thing that, you know, you went live, went well, and what you do, dude. Like the variety of topics you do, Mark. That's core. I'm here for the essence of the channel, the message, and willingness to help. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's just like, you know, there's enough. Ain't there enough problems in the world? You know, like I want to make a channel where we get away from it, and not in the way of like people aren't getting away from it by watching people put rubber bands on a watermelon or something. You know, I want to actually offer something that helps rather than otherwise it's just like drinking, right? I didn't want to make content that made people just numb themselves out like I did with drinking. To not feel something, right? Which means you just go watch bullshit, and it's just like kind of a waste of your time, right? I want to try and help people solve problems. I want to try and discuss the things that matter to people, you know? Because I think that's what we all think about, right? Well, we're here on Earth for a very short time. What are we doing with our time here? What do we want to achieve? Like, what actually matters to us? It's certainly not the opinions of others, right? It's the people say they want to be happier and stuff. It's like if you want to sort of be happier and find peace and sort of, get to the end of your life and be like, hey, it was the life I wanted. It's like you've got to start ignoring what everybody else says, everybody who doubts you, and you've got to go on your path. You've got to go for what it is you want. You got to stay true to yourself, and you know what's harming you, you know what's helping you, and lean more towards the help side. And if you need any help, just ask a question, guys. Weird being on the other side of my parking lot routine, dips and squats and push-ups. Yeah, I feel you. It gets a lot easier pretty quick, Irish. You'll get used to it. My number one advice, man, is just never take a troll comment seriously. Don't engage them too much. Focus on your primary audience, man. Don't sit there engaging trolls too much. I've got pretty good at letting them go. We got subscriber only mode on now, so it seems to be a good filter. Like, you won't want to do that probably when your channel's small. You will want to let a bit of the trolls get in to help, feed that there's chat going in and stuff. But yeah, just don't actually clap back at them. You can have a joke with them and stuff, but find out, have a laugh at it. You've got to be able to laugh it off. You're going to get hate on here. Anything you do, it's like anything else you pursue in life, building a YouTube channel, you're going to get hate no matter what you do. Look at like you get people like Mr. Beast. People hate on Mr. Beast. Oh, he built a wells in Africa, but he didn't build enough for them or something. That's just, as long as you can accept the nature of YouTube is there's going to be endless haters and it's just bullshit, and that's, you are here for what you're here for and the people you're here for. That's what matters. You'll do well with it. Oh, I don't know, bingo. Yeah, well, they've obviously got creativity. They just don't know how to direct it. Hang on, guys. On your bed, bud. Good boy. Go lie down. No, go lie down. Go lie down. Good boy, lie down. Stay there. No, I have to let you out later, mate. It's pouring down with rain. I'm not going out there while live streaming. We'll get out there shortly. All the bros who showed up, not one troll. Oh, fantastic, Irish. Oh, I'm sorry. What time did you go live at? How long ago was that? Was I asleep? Was it in the middle of the day? I have to check it out, mate. Yeah, if you could Google and figure out what time you stream at New Zealand time, I'll try to catch it. But yeah, there's Gravity Core Fitness moved to stream time, and now it's like 1 a.m. in the morning for me. So I never see Gravity Core. I'm a member over on Gravity Core. I like watching Gravity Core, but now I can't get there. G'day, very grateful. How are you, mate? I think we probably do a new question now. What do you think? What do you think? New question. Replace sticker, yes. Oh, here's a deep one for you guys. All right, we're gonna do this more. I was planning this earlier today. We're gonna change up the questions more. We're gonna throw it to the audience, so everybody feel free. If you wish to answer, you don't have to answer, but if you wish to answer, we'll get something nice and positive here. What has been the best day of your life, you reckon? What stands out as just something incredible? I'm gonna have to think about that for myself. I have to think about it. Does it flood where I am? No, I've built into the hill pretty well, and made sure I got in there with the digger and got good drainage. It does wash down the driveway a bit. I do need to get another drain in, but overall it's all right, thankfully. What favourite food puts you in a good mood? Oh, honestly, man, a really good bit of steak, man. Nice rare bit of steak. How's it going, mate? Yeah, pretty good, Caden, pretty good. 9:30 PM for me, it would have been 1:30 PM for you. Oh, okay, Irish, yeah, I should be able to catch that, man. I'm usually not streaming in that block, so yeah, I should be able to catch your streams, dude. Wicked. I will try to check it out, mate. I'll check out today's one. So yeah, it is a bit weird being on the other side, Irish, but yeah, just be yourself, man. Just be real. That's my best advice for YouTube. Don't sell out. Don't do what other fitness people are doing, would be my opinion, right? Don't do the let's go, yeah, like how it's very easy to get influenced by it. I would just do it your way, or else you're not doing anything different to what 50 other people are doing on here with workouts, right? You gotta do something different. Where am I from, Nathan? From New Zealand, mate. What about yourself? There's a great say for you when your son was born. Fantastic, mate. Yeah, I think for me it probably would have been. There was a day me and Susie went to the beach. We didn't stream it or anything, but we were out at the rope swing and that, and we just hung out and we just had a good day. And then we were out on the motorbike and we went out and we got we got some takeaways after. We went over to the next town over and got some kebab and a pizza and that. And then put it all on the bike and here, but like that's and I'd say that's been there's a real good highlight in there with the missus. I think it usually circles around people, right? It's usually not around an experience with I've had good days on track on race bikes and that, but it never matches up to spending time with good people, As I'm doing, I was just staying focused, trying my best. That's it, man. That's it. And don't be hard on yourself, Irish. Just do your thing, man. Do your thing. Yeah, there's an audience for everybody, bro. So yeah, just do your best, do your thing. One of the best days of my life was I found a secluded beach in the middle of nowhere, Puerto Rico. Oh, nice, mate. Nice, mate. Raining intense. Yeah, it's not too bad. It can get a lot worse here. It's just been it's quite, chonky raindrops. They're quite big raindrops. But no, when it hammers down here, it's just, it can get real bad. Are the dogs inside? They are? Yeah, the dogs live inside. There's Heidi's just here. Yeah, the dogs live inside, mate. I've never been able to do that. To me, the dogs are part of the family, so it's I've never had them even sleep a night outside in a crate or anything. But they will have a separate room when the cabin's done. They're going to be in the lounge area, separate to our bedroom, so we do have literally a wall and a door between them because, they can snore a bit and be a bit annoying in the night and that, so it'll be good to have some. Take a shower, Kiwi man. Oh, I already had one, when was that? After the workout this morning, I had a shower, so cleaned myself up a bit. You alright there, dog? Hey, stop scratching, mate. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to turn off subscriber-only chat for a while because, I think I do want, new people to chat a bit. They probably want to chat a bit before they subscribe, but we're just trying to keep the trolls out, was all. Anyone? Alright, we've opened the floodgates. Please do keep it respectful, guys. You don't need to ruin people's chats on YouTube. We can just have a nice conversation. The whole world doesn't have to be how it is, Just because there's arguments all over the internet and stuff, you don't have to contribute to it. We're trying to make a channel away from all that crap. Very cozy with all the family inside. Yeah, sometimes a bit too cozy, I would say. 3 years in a caravan's a bit much. I mean, Susie moved in about a year and a half ago, so. Saskatchewan, Canada. Awesome, man. We have quite a few Canadians come by here. Have you seen the CCL channel? Is it Cabin Creek Live or something? Jerry, the Canadian guy with the grey beard. He's always wearing a cowboy hat. He's a real happy fella. Quite like Jerry's channel, but I can never remember the full name of it. It's the initials are CCL. It's Cabin Creek Living or something. Yeah, we got a water tank beam. Yeah, we got a pretty decent water tank. You haven't? Yeah, okay. I have to look up his channel. He does come by here, but I haven't seen him in the chat. But he does say he watches the channel from time to time. So yeah, I'll put a post on the channel. I will link Jerry's channel, but I always forget the exact name of it. Not many Koreans though. You're the only one. Zed, go to bed. I don't want to let you out there right now. We'll let the rain die off a bit. You've been out. Yeah, well, you went out before I streamed. No. Sorry, the dogs are being a bit needy. Right, you want to go out in the pissing rain that bad, do you? Hang on, chat. You can't help it. Is that what it is? We just got to go out. We got to go stand out in the pissing bloody rain. Right now, I let you out before I stream. You do, yeah. I know. She just went like this at me. She looks at the dog. Just wait on, dog. I'm gonna get wet now. Oh, I know. Whining won't get you what you want any faster. Where did I put the torch? I just saw it somewhere. There it is. We got a torch. Oh, hey, you! Stop barking. That's ridiculous. You can wait a moment, thank you. Hey, shush. Shush. We're gonna get there, but I'm not running out there without shoes and stuff on. It's been pouring down with rain for like bloody 10 hours, mate. Just wait on. Just gotta have a little patience. Yeah, well, you like all the, you know, it's very important to develop delayed gratification and things, right? Things take, I know, but things take time to implement. You gotta go through all the motions. Part of having a pet, that's it, exactly. I do apologise, Heidi's getting a bit wound up. I usually try and make it so I don't have to let him out midstream. But give us a moment. I know. I know. Hey! You need to be barking, go toilet. Go toilet, Goofy. Oh, Susie's bike's getting wet. Nice day for it. Yep. So phone with me, yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye Zed doesn't go under that gate there, that's all. I ain't stepping out in it. Come on, idiots, hurry up. Dogs. Playing in the rain, yeah, oh, they better be quick. Because this Zed will try to go under that little gate there, so that's all I'm watching for. Beyond that, they can't get out. It's just he might be an idiot and try to go under there, so that's all I'm monitoring. Would you recommend living in Northland? Well, I mean, mate, look at the weather. Make your own choice on that one, my friend. Just depends what kind of lifestyle you're looking for. You know what I mean? If you're like, I don't know, a lot of people up here, you know, they're into their fishing and that because there's the beaches and that. But come on, dogs. Here, in. Heidi. Heidi, come. Yeah, good girl. Alright, where's your brother? Yeah, nice day for it. I like that down in Wellington. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it just depends, man. I like, not that I don't like Wellington. I'd never live in Wellington, though, with all the hills and stuff and all the tight, windy streets. Like, every time I go into Wellington, I'm like, nah, it's too much for me. But especially, you know, just around the city with all the houses up on the hills, all these tight little back roads, I'm like, nah. But, I mean, I grew up in Auckland, so, yeah, I just been out in the country for years now, so definitely good weather in summer. I mean, when it gets decent weather, this is just the nature of winter. But I mean, no, we need the rain, we need the water in the tank. So, Zed, can you hurry up, mate? This idiot dog is still out there in the rain. Zed, come on, hurry up! There's the rain, doofy. Oh, I can't say that on here, bro. Gotta, can't say too much on YouTube. You know how it goes. Yeah, I've got some out there. It says, yeah, it's not on at the moment. I usually flick it on at night. There is a couple of lights out there. But the switch is in the garage. I ain't going out. No, you're sweet, Tamana. You're all good. No, you're all good. That's why, as I say, I just say, oh, Northland. You know, a lot of people on, like, a lot of streamers will say they're, like, in a completely different state in America and whatever. But no, I just, you know, grew up in Auckland, moved up north, got away from the city, and yeah. Oh, there he is. Hello. Come on. You're on your bed now. You're going to be sopping wet, though. Hey, bed. Heidi, get off my table, bro. You, that bed. Alright, happy puppy. You are saturated, my bro. Alright, good. Can I go back to what I was doing now, dog? Hey, get off my bed, you blimmin' wet dog. Don't even think about it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I haven't got... You know what I keep forgetting is my Tokyo. I never get to wear it because I'm always working on cars. I don't want to break it. I don't know how easily this stone breaks. That's what I worry about with cars and stuff. Is breaking this that I got gifted it by a close friend. I'm worried that if I smack that, if I drop that or smack it with something under a car, I'm worried it will just shatter or something. So I don't know how hardy they are, to be honest. So I usually lives off to the side. There we go. It's got some good weight to it. That it was real heavy when I first got it, but after wearing it a bit, I think I'm more used to it now. I like Tauranga, bro, down the mountain, that, like the Tauranga waterfront and that, bro. Fucking beautiful, man. One place I always really liked, bro, was Kaikoura. Like, I really like the South Island a lot, but it's just real cold. I'm like, you know, I grew up as an Auckland boy. I don't do too well in the cold. Like, I worked the vineyards in North Canterbury when I was 21. Right as I turned 21, I jumped on a plane from Auckland and went, I want to try a different life for a bit. And I went and worked vineyard pruning for 3 months. And like, yeah, days you were literally standing in the snow grabbing onto frozen vines and stuff, right? But I don't know, man, winter down there was a bit brisk for me. My strong New Zealand accent shows up when I talk to the dogs. Oh no. Dog! Get inside, you bloody ringer. Get out, you bloody... Hey, get out, you bloody... Right. Yeah. New Zealand farmer talk, you know, you don't, it's the same with the dogs, like, usually, quite often I don't talk to them. This is, and they're like, oh, yeah, they get what I mean. You know, if I want them in the truck, I sort of walk near the truck and go, oh, yeah, get it, yeah. Farmer Fred. It's like the guy I've bought my new truck off, he was a farmer who's retired now and he lives on a boat. And he goes, oh yeah, you can pick up the truck on this day. He's like, oh, I'm just going to check the weather. I've got to make sure I can sail back in. So he's out living offshore on his boat. And he's selling up his old trucks and farm equipment and that, right? He's like, oh yeah, let me know. We'll schedule out. As long as the weather's good, I'll be able to sail back in. So I think he's literally just coming onto the edge of his own land. I don't know, unless he moors it somewhere and comes in. But yeah, man's living the dream. He's escaped. He's truly escaped. He's given up farming. He's living out on a boat instead. Hey dog. I don't know. Oh, Hector, that would explain the drinking a bit. That's in her culture. Now I understand more now I understand more on that one, Hector. You didn't tell me she was Irish. I tried drinking with Irish people once. The stories are true. Do not ever try drink with an Irish person. I've warned you. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care who you think you are. Do not try out drink an Irish person. Yep, that's it, mate. Yep, just take the leap and do it. Take the leap and do it, Dale. It's you create it yourself, right? I mean, it takes time, right? But do bear in mind that the city is pretty useless these days, right? It was all about convenience, things being close together. Now with the internet, with delivery, with couriers, like, living in the country, the only thing you lose is convenience. You lose being close to work. You lose that, oh, I don't have this car part on hand, I'll duck 10 minutes down the road to the shop. But, like, if you go to a local, like, car parts store now, they usually don't have what you want on the shelf anyway. They're like, oh, it's got to come from the warehouse, it'll be here tomorrow or whatever. So you might as well go online. It's quicker for me, rather than if I'm in the city, to stop into a parts store and try and get it. It's quicker for me to just ring them up or go online and they just ship it to me and it's here next day. So as long as you're sort of planned ahead, that's the only thing about the country. It's like if your car breaks down and you got no other car, you know, you're in the shit a bit out here, you know, you're going to have to walk down to a neighbour or something and sort it, right, and try and ask me for a favour. So a lot of people out here will always have a backup car of some description. There's something that runs, it's probably not road legal, but it's good enough to get to town, to get some groceries or whatever, or run around and sort something if required, you know what I mean? So that's the only difference of being in the country, really, but, you know, as the site, you know, now you've got Starlink, so you can have internet absolutely anywhere. You can have high-speed internet, you know, not the best internet, but you can have high-speed internet anywhere. You can operate a whole business sitting in the middle of the country nowhere. You can run a whole business living out of a van on the beach. So that opening up is changing everything, I think. You're gonna lose. We're willing to sacrifice our liver. Yeah, Irish. I was travelling back from the South Island of New Zealand, and I was at the ferry terminal, and the ferry got delayed for 3 days because of bad seas. Right. So I was in a backpackers hostel with two Irish fellas and an Irish chick, and all they did for 3 days was sit on the balcony drinking. We have a New Zealand beer called Tui, and they'd gone through about 3 boxes of it and a couple of 40 ounces in a day. And I was sitting there, oh, come join us, lad. Fucking have a drink. All right, drinking away with them. You know what? I quite like this Tui stuff. They go next to the liquor store and bought 10 more boxes. I'm like, right. And they wandered onto that boat 3 days later, like, fiddle-dee fucking dee, no problem. And I'm just like, oh my god. So yeah. Was not good. Can't see all the chats for some reason. Not sure why that would be. They should all be there, hopefully. Likewise, people who grew up in the country that want to get away from the place. I think young men just want to expand their domain. Yeah, I think it's the country kids out here, they sort of tend to be leaving school and that. And the thing is there isn't the jobs out here for the country kids. So there might be like a supermarket or something, or a small dotting of stores and something. It's like they don't want to work in a supermarket or a fish and chip shop or something, right? There's nowhere near enough jobs out here for them, so they tend to gravitate towards the city and go to uni or something and have that experience here. I think that's a lot of it. Whereas people these days who grew up in the city like me, like trying to get into our 20s, 30s, it's like, well, we want to get out in the country and like we don't want to be around all that bustle, Some people like it, each their own. But it's definitely a country kid thing as they tend to flock towards the city. I managed to find Susie still hiding out here. She's at her parents' place gardening. That's why I hadn't found her. Funniest thing is me and Susie in a direct line, like as the crow flies, me and Susie for the last 15 years for the most part were about, I think it's about 3 miles apart. Like in a straight line from here, her family's place is about 3 miles out. But it's about a 40-minute drive to loop around. But when you look on the maps, there's basically a river up the middle, and we're bang opposite each other, either way on the river. Same distance from the river, straight line. But it took us a long time to find each other, and I don't know, life to align. So yeah, I don't know. She was hiding out here in the country. She'd never had Instagram, which was good. She hadn't brain rotted herself, and she's like, I like gardening. I'm like, good. I can facilitate that. Trying to make an Irish friend at the pub. Do you know how you say would it be a good idea? Oh no, man, I had to give up drinking. I had problems with drinking about 4 years ago, so I gave up the drink cold turkey for like 2.5 years and changed my diet and stuff. I was destroying my life with alcohol, put it that way. I was in a toxic relationship where I tried to save somebody who couldn't be saved from addictions and things, which resulted in me, by the time I left, by my own actions, I'm not going to blame that person, but it was my own choices. I became heavily alcohol dependent, so it's a fair bit of my story there. Hello from Oklahoma, how are you? How are you, Chug? Hope you're going well, my friend. But the lesson there was don't try out drink an Irishman, or woman, for that matter. But yeah, I got clear. Like these days, I can still have a drink, very, very carefully. So like when we wait for we get Indian food, right? So I'll have one cider every maybe couple of weeks, right? When I'm there, I've had 2 a couple of times, and the moment I have 2 drinks, I start not acting right. So I try and behave myself. It's all about that emotional regulation stuff, and yeah, trying to take good care of myself these days. I'm looking for more answers here. What's been the best day of your life so far? Do we change the tone? Do we flip the question? There we go, we'll try that. There we go. Obviously, that question is pertaining to, what do you think has been the most crucial realization you've had? What do you think has happened in an aha moment in life, or something where your path really changed in life because you realized something? You decided to approach something differently. You'd had enough of something, and you had to realize that the best friend or something was not the right fit, or that the relationship you were in was not good, like the job you were in was killing you and you needed to change. What's the biggest realization you've had, and you flipped that around, or you're still trying to flip that around and want to talk about it? What time is it here? I will double check for you, my friend. It is 7:20 in the evening. Yeah, so yeah, stay away from the drink there, Dale. Yep. It's a better way to be honest, I think. I think it does a lot of harm, man. Maybe when the right time comes. How's things going in your world there, Hector? Because I know your previous partner was in hospital there and you're having some issues there. Everything going a bit better, I hope? Monkey in the shoulder comes in even if I have one drink. Alcoholic, so yeah, I can have one, but that's it, man. Is like every time I have one, well, not every time, but sometimes there is a liquor store right nearby, the other place, and every time, I'm like, we get there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling like I'm gonna have a cider while we wait for our takeaway, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just go buy a box from the liquor store instead of getting one. It's more expensive there than that. I'm like, no, I'm like, one or none. Take your pick. That's your option. I take away the option to even walk into the alcohol store now. I just can't do it, man. I can't control myself. There's some people would give you shit about that and be like, oh, you can't, oh, that's weak, it's whatever. It's like, I'm at where I'm at, man. If that's what I need to do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put that barrier in. I'm not going to listen to the person going, oh, it's weak, you just got to use willpower. So it's like, no, I'm going to make sure I'm taking it off the table. I'm trying to shift it, Realize dogs are a girl's best friend. Yeah, okay, you sound like bullets, I think, your position. Very big raindrops today, Moons. Yeah, it's been raining all day. For about 10 hours now. Yeah, there's a big rain warning over the whole top of New Zealand. It's nice, good ASMR, though, I think. Love to play at top. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm getting a bit warm in it at the moment. But that's alright. I quite like... this is probably my favourite shirt. I keep ripping it open, though, when I'm wearing it. I go out and I get ready and I'm like, oh, I'll put on this shirt I like, and then I go and catch it on a car or a bit of metal or something around home or a nail, and I rip it open. I'm just like, eh. Susie gives me the same look when I go, can you sew this up, love? Drink Coke, rest your lonely soul. Yeah, I think it's definitely still get the urges to go drink when I'm having, I think these days when I'm having a really bad day, I don't think I really think of the alcohol so much now. Like when things are going wrong, I'm not like, sometimes I'm just like, man, I need a drink, but it's usually pretty rare. It's pretty rare. Usually I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to handle this? How am I going to face this? How am I going to solve these things in life rather than numb myself out on alcohol? I mean, that's the main thing I guess people use it for. That's where it becomes a problem, right? You use it to, numb out reality rather than face reality. It can present its own challenges. In the States where the outback, I'm in New Zealand, Moon. Near enough. What you know about Dingo Ate Me Baby? Yeah, that was an interesting news story back in the day, back in the 90s. I realised, Rick said, I realised at about 30 that I'm not living for anyone else but myself. Making decisions with only my own interests in mind. I know it sounds obvious, but I spent time doing what others had expected. I think a lot of us do that, Rick. I'll pin that one up, man. I think that's a really crucial thing for people to understand. That's beautifully worded, man. It's beautifully worded. And I still catch myself that way, Rick. I still, I'm pursuing things, and, my mind still tries to be, what other people would think of it right at times. I have to make sure, I'm being true to myself, and that's, following my own path, right? I think that's where you take your own power, you take your control, and it's a lot easier to take accountability. Like, when you fuck up, it's like, okay, what's on me? And okay, well, I'm going to try and learn, and, we move forward that way, Yes, Mohammed, I'm in a caravan. I'm building some cabins and stuff in a garage and that here, man. So we're in the caravan in the meantime. Bit of, intentional sacrifice in the meantime, right? Rather than pay somebody else's mortgage, be in here and build it all myself, man. It's been a interesting road so far. I think one of the biggest insights I had was life isn't personal. Also, it's crazy how you get so identified with your ideas and view of yourself. It's just a mental collage. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Yeah. What is the self? Jim Carrey talked about that a bit, right? Like, who is me? If you're aware, a collection of, lines or something we saw on a TV show and lessons. Like, yeah, there is, like, he could act like anybody at any time. So who's the real Jim Carrey? We're all actors, right? We're all acting out our beliefs and, you know. So if you can tweak your beliefs and tweak how you see the world, you can create that in your reality. If you walk around the world like everything's negative and shit, and I'm never going to be able to fix this or progress, and the world sucks, and it's the government's fault and whatever, you're going to be stuck there until you change your belief system, until you can look at it sort of more fly on the wall and be like, hey man, I'm on my journey here, well, we'll figure it out, you know. Do I identify as a woof woof? Well, that's a woof woof. There's the woof woof. Hi there. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, fucker. I'm watching you. But she's back home now? Oh, okay. Good to hear it, Bean. Oh, most welcome, man. Most welcome, Hector. Yep, rain. Yeah, we got some nice ASMR New Zealand rain this evening. I ordered it especially for you, Trent. Your name is Trent banned me. Why did Trent ban you? And who is Trent? I'm curious now. Need rain, too hot, no rain here. Yeah, I could do it with a bit of hot, mate. I'd trade you if I could, but, you know, as I say, it is what it is. You know, when it's summer and it's too hot, we complain. When it's winter and it's too cold and wet, we complain. You know, you just kind of, weather's a part of life, unfortunately. You know, you can't, yeah. It has been like, I want to get a lot more done today, but yeah, it has poured down all day, and yeah, I spent some time in the garage, but I want to do some outside stuff today, and I'm like, pretty miserable one. Smart, don't have to pay rent. Yeah, it took a long time to get to this point, man, so yeah, we're working at it. You know, but that's the main judgment I get here, Muhammad, is people come in, and usually there's a lot of people who are very negative. They're like, oh, you're in a caravan, you're poor, you know nothing. It's like, no, I'm building my own house, you know, but, you know, people will sit in a rented room or their mum's basement and judge me in a caravan because they don't understand, you know. I think it's good. I think people understanding that helps them expand their mind a bit. You know, you start to... There was a fridge magnet my mother had when I was a child, and it said, it was like a gnome with a little shovel on a fridge magnet, and it said, digging for facts is always better than jumping to conclusions, right? You never want to just see something and assume, you know. So yeah, I think it's a good. It becomes a good conversation starter about what I do here, and yeah. You pay bills, Jamie. Yep. One of the fun things of adulting. I have two sisters and both excelled on academics, unlike me. That's always been the source of mental misery, always comparing myself to others. Yeah, but you've got your own skills, right? Like the academic side of it wasn't for everyone. You know, as they say, you know, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, you know, you put a monkey, you go, all right, we're going to do a test today, and we're going to get a monkey and a goldfish. Who can climb the tree the fastest? You know, it's not going to be the goldfish, right? It doesn't mean the goldfish is useless. It means, you know, the goldfish will survive in water a lot longer than the monkey will, for example. You know, so you got to, so lean into who you are. Yeah, you know, you can't compare because it's your own journey. You've got your own brain, you've got your own talents, you've got your own thing you can excel at. They might be good at academics, but you're really good at hands-on things or something, right? And these days it's the hands-on. If you can fix stuff now, if you can solve problems, you're way more valuable, because all the jobs of the academics and everything are all going to AI. They're all being lost to tech. So the only people in the end who are going to be valuable are going to be the people who can actually solve problems and repair old equipment and things like that. So, you know, get off grid and build your own systems and all these kind of things, you know. That's my take. But yeah, I think we do get lost in that, and the comparing ourselves to others is, I think, the biggest thing that will take us down. And you start measuring yourself against other people, or you have an idea, something you want to pursue, and you let your friends, you let your family, you let people close to you know they're going to smack it down before it even gets off the ground. even when you know that those people will be negative, like I used to go to friends and family who I knew historically were negative towards me. If I had an idea or want to improve, that they would shut it down. And I wonder why I went to them. It was almost this hope. I always thought it was this hope that they'd like this idea and be supportive of it. But I think really it was wanting that approval from them. It was like, I'm doubting this, I'm going to ask somebody else, and then if they doubt it, oh, well, that was a reason to write it off, rather than actively pursuing it. You know? Lost your real family? I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie. Is that Andrea and Bishy or Andrea? Number 1 would be Andrea, number 2 would be Andrea. How would you like me to say that? 1 or 2? It is raining heavily. Yeah, I'm in New Zealand, mate. But is that Andrea or Andrea? Let me know. Same reason why people stay in toxic relationships. It's familiar what they're used to. Yeah, it's like taking a safe job. It's once we have the roof over our head, once things are reasonably stable, you know, once you got a roof over your head, the bills are paid, all right, the food's in your stomach, we will tolerate a lot at that level as humans. I think that's the, you know, when we're worse than that, you know, we don't end up homeless, we'll fight to stay away from that, but we hit that level where there's a roof over our head and stuff, and we struggle to progress beyond that, because of, you know, all the risk. Love Australia content. Well, I'm near enough to Australia. I'm from New Zealand, but I hope you like New Zealander content too. Biggest realisation was I was realising I grew up around no love. Sorry to hear that, Christian. Sorry to hear that. Has that given you some solace though, of understanding that and understanding of how it affected you, and you've been able to sort of close that loop up a bit? If you want to talk about it more, I love talking about all this stuff, guys. So if there's anybody who wants to talk about anything with mental health or how to handle a situation, you know, let me know. That's what we love to talk about here. Seek the approval of my family for years, not that it was bad advice. I just knew I had to be more independent of their expectations. Yeah, the thing with family and friends and stuff, Rick, it often is, especially family, is like they love you, they care about you, they don't want to see you fail or get hurt. Like, it's I found like a lot of that in my own life and seeing it in friends' lives, where it was like, you know, their parents were like, don't do this, don't do that, because they were worried about their future. They're doing it from good intent, but it still can be the wrong message. I think it's very important people go on their own journey, they find out for themselves. I think that's the most important thing, is to live your life your way. Win, lose, fail, succeed, it doesn't matter. You should be pursuing what you want to pursue, not what you think the world should, you know. I think that's where we, you know, taking our power back. Transformed and healed, looking for my chosen family and moving across the country. That's fantastic, Christian. Yeah, get out there and live it, mate. Get out there and live it. You know, it's the path isn't always clear going forward, right? Like how many times in our lives have we planned, like in 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, oh, my life will be something like this, right? And like, you can guide it to an extent, but sometimes shit just changes, man. For the good, for the bad, whatever, opportunities come or bad things happen. So I try not to, you know, I do like to have a long-term picture to some extent, but I also understand that the plan is always subject to change, so it's always keep going on the journey. I think we all get a bit lost to an extent, no matter what we pursue. We're going to question, like, did we make the right choice, or should I have done this, or should I have done that, am I doing the right thing, you know? It's just natural doubt, right? We struggle to believe in ourselves, we always worry we're going to mess up. Good intent can have the worst action. That's it, ex-God. Yep, they mean well, but it's then you end up living the way others. You know, you go to your friends and family. You want to pursue something, all your friends and family say no, do this instead. It's like, well, then you're going to go take all their advice and do their thing, but you've never pursued what was calling to you. You know, that was the thing to pursue. I think eventually we realise that, and we start to head back to it. You know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Most definitely, right? Most definitely. You know, parents do the best they can. They just, you know, all of us just got dropped on Earth. we all sort of spawned in here, and we all try to figure it out, right? So I always try and be understanding of other people with different circumstances. Like even with some of the trolls and stuff, there's certain ones I will try help and stuff if I get that vibe of like, man, if we could just direct this person a bit, maybe we can alleviate a bit of suffering in the world, Hate being alone, so I won't find it easy. Hey man, you can meet all kinds of people on the road and stuff though, You go travelling, you start like, if you start hiking, if say you join say you like travelling around and not being lonely and you join a run club, you're probably gonna, if you're a decent fella, you're probably gonna meet a woman in that run club and then end up going camping and relationship, as an example, you can build whatever, right? But it's like, well, what, you need to frame that of like, I've had friends do that where they'd go out night clubbing and stuff, right? Looking for like a relationship and whatever when it wasn't what they were into. And I'm like, go and do like, you like hiking, go do hiking, go hang out with those kind of people, and they like mountain biking and stuff. So they went and did that, and sure enough, found the woman that actually aligned with that kind of hobby. They don't have everything in common, but it was a great thing for them to bond over. But you gotta put yourself authentically where you want to be in the world, and the path. Life changes as you go. You can't plan all out. It's like, oh, what are you gonna do when you leave school, little Timmy? Oh, where are you going? Oh, well, I'm supposed to have my life all sorted. We compare ourselves to other people. It's like, no, it's your journey, and you're not gonna know what direction you want to go until you try some shit. You can't sit there thinking about it. By the time you're done thinking, you could have tried 50 different endeavours in life, and actually, I like this. I don't like that. It's self-assignment, right? You can change any time. You can change tonight. You could go, you know what, I want to take up fishing tomorrow and start watching YouTube videos on fishing and buy a fishing rod tomorrow and go fishing. I don't know. You can change at any time. You can do whatever. Nobody's forcing you. Sometimes it takes a bit longer. You're locked into a job you hate. Your living situation isn't the best. You're around negative people. Yeah, you're going to have to move. You're going to have to step-by-step change it. But, you can do it. You can create that for yourself. If you just actually believe, hey, this is what I want, this is what I think will make me actually feel better and be the kind of life I want, it's better than where I'm at, I'm going to aim at that. And if people are going to doubt it, people are going to, but what if, and what if that happens, and what if that happens? It's like, well, you can't listen to that, Daily validation and affirmation still end up being the most miserable. Yeah, some people will. For me, I've got to make sure I mitigate how much time I put on YouTube. I have to detach from all these conversations. We talk about some pretty deep stuff on this channel, man. Like people come in and they're like, oh, hey, my boyfriend just cheated on me with my best friend. What do I do? Or other people are having family members pass away and stuff. People are losing jobs. People, suffering. It's out there in the world, right? And we just try offer a conversation and stuff, but I have to detach when I get off here and make sure I have to make sure I'm filling my own cup and making sure I'm looking after myself before I can turn up here. If I don't sleep right, eat right, exercise right, if I don't hold my life together properly, I'm no use to help anybody here, right? So, you know what I mean? That's my take. I didn't think you meant it in a bad way. I figured that was directed at me there, Andrea, but not sure. Remember the state of your mind, create your outcome or she'll create it for you. Oh, yeah. You've got to be the master of your own kingdom, right? Somebody has to lead. Another huge realization from Wanda. Another huge realization I've had is that when something extremely bad happens, you truly find out who your friends are. You do indeed, right? You do indeed. Can be good though. Can be good. It's always good to I think we need a good flush out in our life about every 4 or 5 years. You start to, I don't know, it's just you get to talk to people you shouldn't and stuff. People come for a season of your life and it's like then they're around for years and it's just you've moved on, you've changed as a person and that person's still just wasting away, drinking, smoking weed, whatever. And it's like, man, I can't keep coming back for this person anymore. One of the biggest realizations I learned was a lady in a podcast. I'd say it was probably actually my biggest realization was Essentially, nobody's coming to save you, and you can't bring everybody else through the door with you. The people you care about, the family, the friends, brother, sister, whoever it is that's around you, that you're suffering, they're suffering, and you want to like go to the gym every day, and we're going to go to the gym every day, and we're going to improve this and that, and we're going to work together. The chances that that person is going to fall off and isn't as into it as you are very high. So then they drop off, you're going to drop off. So you have to come, what she said was you have to come back from them later. She was always trying to carry everybody else through the door with her to make things better. And what she realised was, I have to go through that door myself. I have to cut these people out of my life. I have to focus, reply less, and be a bit colder so I can gain the skills and gain everything. Then she became multi-millionaire. Then she said, then I came back for my friends. I didn't give them money and stuff, but I bought them up. But like, you have to take yourself through that door and go on that journey first, or you can't help anybody. You can't help yourself. You can't help the people around you in your environment, because you've all contributed to becoming right where you're at. So like, if you got a whole family that's all fat and stuff, and then you want to start weight loss, and maybe somebody else in the family wants to do it or whatever, it's going to be very difficult to pull that off. And when you do it on your own, you're going to get criticism. You're going to get, oh, you're working out, oh, you think you're better than us. Same when you stop drinking. Oh, you think you're better than us, do you? We're too good for you now, are we? You know, I had that happen at a motorbike track day. And the guy goes, oh, I'm joking. But the whole tone, the reason somebody sees it, like, when I started doing the track days, I was in, like, the smaller pit garage, and it was the slower class people were sort of in there, right? But I was in the second fastest class. I moved up to the fastest group. I still hung around with them a bit. And the morning that I took my bike off the trailer, because one of the top coaches in the main garage said, oh, hey, man, come bring your bike up with me. We're going to tweak your bike throughout the day. Bring it over to our garage, right? Within 5 minutes of putting my stands there, 3 guys that were good friends down in the slower area pit garage walked by and went, oh, mate, oh, you're too good for us now, are you? You've moved up in the world to the big pit bay. You're too big, too cool to hang out with us now. And I was like, really? Like, you guys were the guys telling me the whole time, move up to the faster group, bro. Like, you're flying past us, bro. Like, you can do it, move on. And the moment I moved up, it was all the snarky remarks, all the same shit, right? And that hurt me a bit, you know, like, oh, we're only joking around with you, bro. And it's like, yeah, but you're pulling that up from somewhere, man. Like, I'm not going to take it, like, to heart too much, but it's certainly, you'll encounter that in life, right? Nobody wants to see you doing better than them. They might not be doing it intentionally, but deep down, subconsciously. And this is where you have to take control of your own life. Your own closest friends, your own day ones and shit. Some of them will go up against you. Your partner that you survived through day one will go off and F your best friend. These things happen. Right? That's not a reflection of you. You only need to worry about your actions. You can't control other people. Like, I got cheated on in relationships. That doesn't mean that I can't trust again and be with someone else. I trust that Susie's not going to cheat, and if she ever did, well, that's her problem. She breached my trust. I didn't do anything wrong, but I really think Susie would never do that. She's very different to my previous partners. It was learning from those previous partners and experiences that I learned what I was looking for, and in time it came eventually, right? But I spent a lot of time alone, and it'll happen when it happens. I'm going to go on my journey, right? But it's about directing yourself, right? I'm going to catch up on the chat here after all my ramble there. So if that was helpful to you in some way, we wander off into these topics. So if you want to subscribe, please do. If you want to hit the like button, I would appreciate it. I have an Arsenal stream. We've been on here an hour and a half. If anybody would like to double tap me on the head there, 2 taps on the forehead there will give me a like. I would appreciate it. Don't like anyone who isn't weird. Yeah, what's normal anymore anyway? If you can't love yourself, you can't love others. That's it, right? That's what I mean is you've got to be able to fill your own cup first. You cannot help anybody if you're not looking after yourself. This is the problem with the people pleaser, right? They try and look after everybody in their life and they feel bad saying no, but eventually they burn out because they can't say no. They're not taking care of themselves to be able to help other people, right? Holy crap, I ask and you shall receive. We just went straight up to 30 likes there from like 25. Thank you guys, I do appreciate it. But yeah, so we're on here chatting like this usually every night, right? And I do other streams. I do stuff in the garage, working on cars, motorbikes, cleaning. We're doing push-up streams for a cancer charity at the moment, for fundraising for them and stuff. Oh, pickup. I'm alright. Make sure I caught all the chat here. I think I got it all. Funny how conspiracies are staying on that long. Finding myself now figuring out what I want to do with my life at 30. Not that 30 is even old. That's it, Christian, right? Where you find yourself on the path, man. I think it was like, yeah, it's my 30s have been... I'm getting onto the tail end of my 30s now. I'm 39 now. But yeah, my 30s have definitely been, yeah, a lot of awakening, a lot better focus, and just seeing what was holding me back and seeing what's in my way and what I need to work at, and having that patience and like slowing down. It's like, man, I've got the whole rest of my life ahead of me, 40s, 50s, 60s. You know, I always felt like I was running out of time in my 30s, and I really need to make something of myself right now. But it's that pressure paralyzes us in action and fear. I think it's good to slow down a bit. You know, you got to have aims, you got to pursue things, but you got to do it at a pace that's, don't forget to enjoy the life you're working so hard to build. Don't get caught in wanting a multi-million-dollar house that you're never at because you're working all the time to pay for it, and you're working to pay for the car that you drive to work and whatever, right? You can get so lost in that rat race that you've got to actually be able to stop and enjoy the life you're building. You don't want to spend your 30 years of your life never at the house you're paying for because you need to pay for it, right? That's not freedom, that's trapping yourself. Same age as your son. Oh, fantastic, mate. Yep, I was born in 1987. Want to buy a bike? What bike should you get? Christian, I'd recommend for a learner motorcycle, man, you'd want always buy something without fairings on it, without all the plastics all over the side of it. Buy a bike that's like quite lightweight, nimble, small engine, like 250, 300, 400 cc. That's all you'd need. And just don't buy a pretty one. Buy the one that somebody's always slid and crashed and whatever. So you can drop it on a roundabout. You can drop your learning bike 50 times over. It's a very cheap bike to fix. Don't go buy something new and fancy. Once you've been riding riding motorbikes for like 10 years, you upgrade them as you go. You get good, and you're like, okay, like I know I'm good, and like I've had enough crashes and stuff. Because if you start motorcycling, you will crash it. It's not if, it's when. Right? You're gonna fall off the damn thing multiple times. Right? And then eventually you can actually move up to a bike where it's like, hey, like I know I'm not going to crash, so I know my limits are being sensible, but it's definitely a journey. Motorcycles are not dangerous. They are unforgiving of a loose nut behind the handlebars. If you're not paying attention to the road, if you're expecting car drivers to use their turn signal and obey road rules at all time, you're going to end up over the bonnet of one, right? So you have to take a lot of accountability with riding. I think that's what helps it build. Instead of kicking people's mirrors off and being aggressive, like all these idiots on the road, you need to go out with the mindset of you're factoring that, and there are going to be those things happening, and you're just going to go about your day, and you're going to have awareness, and people are going to do dumb shit. It doesn't mean you smack off every mirror and cause arguments and fights and that. I do agree the car drivers should drive properly, but that isn't the world we live in, right? So I think that's a big problem in the motorcycle community. It's, this car driver did something wrong on the road. Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, they do that. So, you buy the ticket, you take the ride. If you're going to pursue something, that's part of it, right? You can't get angry when it inevitably happens. But then past some of that rain to SoCal, buddy. This is the second time I've been jealous. Hoping you're on live to hear the sound of a good rainstorm. I appreciate it, mate. Do it. If you guys can hear, look, I'll tell you what, I'll open the roof vent. You can hear the rain a bit better, alright? Everybody happy now? Can you hear the rain better? I'm in the late teens, more worryful than being excited. Don't worry about it, mate. You'll spend your teenage years. You're going to spend your teenage years in your 20s going, what am I going to do? How's it going to pan out? You don't know yet, bro. You don't know shit yet. Trust me. You don't. If you're a teenager, you do not know anything yet. And that's alright. Don't rush yourself to figure life out and who you're going to become and where am I going. You have no idea yet. Your life is going to change so much in the next 20 years. It's a good trip, man. It's worth it, but you find out who you are, right? And just have some good influences and try and aim in the right direction in life. That's all. Try and pursue what you actually want to pursue, but like, don't sit there worrying like you've got pressure from people in your life. Oh, what are you going to do? Are you going to go to university? What kind of career are you going to do? This, that, blah, 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 blah. Well, all that coming at you, there's no way you're going to figure it out. It's an unanswerable question. No matter what you pick, in 5 years, you're going to be like, I don't like this anymore. I've been on this journey. So go on the journey, pursue what you want to pursue. That would be my advice, man. Don't worry about it. The amount of years of my life I wasted and pressured myself with that, and then I'd go and drink, I'd get into video games constantly and stuff to numb myself out because it was all so much pressure and I was putting it all on myself for no reason, right? You don't need to do that to yourself. You have a quad bike, nice mate, that's a good bit of fun. I think motorbikes are good, little dirt bikes and stuff, or even a BMX, you've got to get outside in the world. But everybody has their own thing. For some people that's a horse or something. But I do highly suggest motorcycles. If you've ever thought about buying a motorcycle, and people are like, oh, they're dangerous, this and that, it's like, yeah, but I actually still want one. And that's kept calling to you for years, just buy the motorcycle. If you've not really had that calling and you're like, oh, motorcycles, I don't know, but you haven't really put much thought into it, probably don't buy the motorcycle. But if it's one of those, like anything in life, if it's been itching away at you to get it, aim for it. Go on the journey. Answer the question. You've got a question in your head. Do I buy a motorcycle? Don't I? Do I get a boat? Do I try to do this job? Do I try switch career to this? Jump into it and figure it out. Find out. That's the only way. You either need to take the question out of your head and go, I don't need to know the answer to that in my lifetime. I'm going to look at something else. Cool. And you move on. Or you pursue it and find out. What is the thing you want to find out in the next year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? What's in your head that it's like, yep, that's worth it, that's worth it, that's worth it. Everything else is irrelevant. Everything else is just part of the process of making that happen. I don't know. It's self-assignment. It's how do you want to direct your own life? We forget that we are the director of our own life, right? Yet we're constantly pandering for the solutions of others, for the opinions of others, for the approval of others, to look fancy, to look a certain way, to impress other people, right, to some level, Realise how much of a role I play in the vast majority of my problems. That was it, right? Like, regardless of how life was affecting me, it was always on me. Yeah, life has unfair stuff happen. I've been through some stuff that, people treated me poorly. Like, I wouldn't treat people like that. I felt it shouldn't have been done to me, but you end up as the victim. And it's like, okay, well, it happened. That's alright, but now we dust off, we get up, we take those lessons and we move on because life's ticking. What we all run out of is time, right? But yeah, we can always, you start to nip it early, you start to get things out of your life, like people in your life who, before they become that problem, because you see the flags, right? And rather than give it the benefit of the doubt, you trust your gut, your intuition. Not that you shouldn't give people a fair chance, right? But you should be, failures are lessons. Life is, we learn nothing from success. All the lessons are in failure. All the lessons of what you want in a future relationship, future wife, are from the bad relationships you had. What went wrong? You learn what you don't want. You like learning to ride a bike. You crash it. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. And as a kid, you get back on the bike and you learn to try and ride the bike and without crashing it. And your brain's like, oh, watch that curb. You've crashed on a curb before. Make sure you bunny hop that, and you up the skill, right? But that's the process of anything. It's learning to ride a bike. You're going to fall off the bike. You're going to, like learning to walk as a toddler or as a baby, you're going to fall over. Like that is the journey of anything in life, right? But I think we fear that now. I think we fear that failure. Whereas, as a kid, I used to get on a bike all the time, and bicycle, crash it, get up again, and then I hit this point in my life with video gaming and stuff. I'd try again and again at a video game. If I failed, if I crashed in a race, reset, restart. Same as I did as a kid, learning anything. Restart. Same with video games, restart. But in my actual own life, I was getting knocked down and just giving up, going, oh, this is all too hard. It's like, no, restart. So I remind myself when I'm down, I'm like, I've got to restart here. I've got to reboot the system. I got to get back up. Like, the longer I stay down, the further away it's getting, the more time's going. Like, kick myself up the, oh, I don't know, Walker, I don't worry about any of that. The world is a big theatre, you don't know what role you're going to play. Yeah, like, you never know what experiences are going to shape you and stuff like that, right? You never know what's coming. That's it. One moment. Is it raining where I live? It is. Some people are enjoying the rain ASMR this evening, my friend. I'm in New Zealand, top of New Zealand. Pour myself a wee glass of milk here. And I realise I'm not made to be with anybody. That's alright, goofball. Did you know, goofball, historically 60% of people didn't reproduce? You know, they act like throughout history it's been everybody had all these kids, and no, 60% of people don't reproduce of the usual generation. I think it's less now. I think it's less people now, but across, you know, last few hundreds, thousands of years, whatever, it's 60% of people didn't reproduce, right? It's you know, it wasn't always the way. It's become it's an expectation put on us, right? Oh, you know, you're going to have a partner, your white picket fence, and the nuclear family, the American dream, right? You're going to have a nice house, you have a white picket fence. Isn't this what we grew up being told? You know, oh, I want a house like in the suburbs, something, or a bit of land, you know, white picket fence, and the cars in the driveway, and the kids on the swing with the dog and a cat, and you know. And then you throw it into the adult world, and then the prices of everything, and it all just looks too fucking hard. And then we start looking for something to blame, and well, I'm so far away from this, it's not possible. It's like, no, you can do it. You can create whatever life you want. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but you know, you don't have to play that script either. Like you can. The guy I've just bought my new truck off, he was a farmer for years. He's now moved onto a boat. He sold me his truck, and he's organising. He's like, oh yeah. As long as the weather's good on the day that you pick up the truck, I'll be able to sail back in and walk up my farm to sell you the truck. So we'll just keep an eye on the weather. But like that guy's gone from farming for years and years. He's gone bugger it and given up and gone, I'm going to go live on my boat. I've been talking to him on the phone about the truck. He's like, man, I love it out here. I just fishing. I'm out on my boat, loving it, man. You know, do you. Like chill in the rain, and it's fantastic. Yeah. So it's like there's no like script to life. You know, like you can do what you actually want to do, right? So when you start rethinking that stuff and like what's important, and like if you weren't trying to impress other people or have the approval of others in what you do, like what would you do? What would you pursue, you know? Do hit the like if you haven't yet, guys. I try not to ask too often, but it does really help the channel. So if you want to throw a like up, if you're liking the conversation at all, just poke me twice on my big forehead. And then anywhere, there's one. Thank you, guys. Like to make people laugh. That's good, mate. Yep. I've certainly, yeah. I like to have a wee bit of a giggle myself, mate. I do a few accents in that, mate. Laughter can be a brilliant medicine, I think. Laughter can be a brilliant medicine, you know, to wind down sometimes. Sometimes I think, actually quite often I think, you know, if I don't laugh, I'll cry. Like, things go wrong in life. Like, I'll wake up and there'll be a flat tyre. And I used to get so pissed off. I'd be like, really? Or a flat battery or something. And we give things the appropriate response we think that they take, or that we've witnessed from a parent or somebody else, right? Like I used to throw spanners because I grew up watching my dad get pissed off with the car, and he'd throw a spanner across the garage, right? So what did I pick up? The correct emotional reaction to that is to throw the spanner across the garage. Whereas now, I literally, my brain wants to do that, and I'm like, no, like, it's not what we do. You know, I have to catch myself with all this stuff. This has all been stuff I've had to work through. It's been a process. But now I've learned, you know, give it the appropriate reaction. So when I wake up, rather than a flat battery, F everything and kick the tyre and walk off. That's how I used to be, right? I couldn't live that way any longer. I was lost, right? And I learned that Oh, flat battery. It's like, of course. That'd be my luck. You kind of laugh it off in a Of course it'd happen to me. Of course I've got 3 flat tyres this week. Yep. 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 Well, that's about right, right? And you laugh it off and just go, of course. Oh, well. You've done this shit before. Because, if, like, it's kind of, if you don't laugh, you cry. You're just going to be like, it's just, of course, man. Typical. That's the way it goes. You know, and, like, when you can approach it that way, you know, it gets easier. You can fix it now. You're in a state where you're not, like, mentally destroyed. And you're like, alright, what do we do then? Oh, guess I'll replan half the damn day. I won't get what I wanted done. But, like, if I don't laugh it off, I'm going to be pissed off. So it's like, Confucius say that better to be pissed off than pissed on. Wise man. Wise man. My idea of a house, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and the gym room and the kitchen. That's all I need in life. Yeah, beautiful, man. Yep. It's pretty much the setup I'm going for here. Because I've built a 6-car garage. I've got 1 cabin mostly done, and that's like roughly, it's a 30 square meter cabin. So about maybe 90 square feet of cabin. And then I got another double garage I'm putting up. It's going to be a garage for a bit. Store some parts and put a car in it and that. And then that'll become the second cabin as well. So yeah, we're getting there with all that, man. So yeah, 6-car garage so I can work on projects and that, and, you know, store the lawnmower, all that stuff. Yeah. Hey brother, sounds like it's coming down pretty hard. Yeah, it's been pouring down pretty hard today, bro. Yeah. Haven't got, nothing got done outside today. I went down to the garage for a bit, but yeah. I'm never overly enthused in the garage when it's like that. I tend to, like, really rainy days and stuff rather than listen to the rain on the roof all day. I'll do it for a bit, but usually I'll be in here and be like, okay, I'm going to work on other stuff. I'm going to make sure bills are sorted, and, like, I've got to put car regos on hold and blah, blah, like, just working through all the lists, right? Have those ideas like live in a tiny hut in Asia and just shower outside using the restroom somewhere else. Yeah, using the restroom somewhere else, yeah. Hey, you can do that though. You only have 1 life on Earth, right? Just remember that. You only have 1 life on Earth. Don't make it someday. Like, if you actually want to do these things, like, write down these ideas you have. Like, I'd love to be in a 1-bedroom house here. I would like to do this. I want to travel to this country. Write these things down on paper, and then start writing down a story to yourself of, like, how can I actually get these? How can I get these things? And answer the question, like, what ones of these things do I want most? What would actually be worth doing? If I'm going to do one of these things in the next year or 2 years, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do this, right? Start to actually look at that list and be like, okay, actually pursue it. Because that's what's going to drive you through everything else in life, right? Like, when I wanted to do motorbike track days, I want that race bike. I want to be out there. I want to do it. I'm going to need the leathers, this. It's like, okay, cool. And that made everything else I was doing to get there. When I was feeling lazy, when I was down, it's like, no, I'm getting there. And at first I got the race bike. And I put it in my bedroom. I didn't have any of the gear to ride or anything. And my race bike sat in my bedroom. And I just stared at it every day. And I'm sitting there journaling and stuff, listening to Jordan Peterson and that. Like, okay, we're doing this. We're going there, right? And that made me just push so much harder through everything else. It made me let go of other things I wouldn't have sold and stuff to make that happen. Because, you know, you've got an aim, you've got a direction. So as long as you can set that, there's nothing can stop you. As long as you set your goal and you keep smacking against it. I'm not saying it's motivating. I'm not saying every day is going to be like, yay, I'm so excited. Most days are going to be like, oh, really? Like, you know, it's not working out. It's taking so much more than I thought. But it comes in time, you know. Be kinder to yourself. We're always our own biggest critic, right? Focus on conscious contact and slowly detach from everything. Yeah. Spicy, I have not a clue what you're saying, my friend. You lost me completely on that one. I nearly had an aneurysm reading that. Hand over D-Biz. Yeah, I'll be ducking over there shortly, brother. For sure. I'll be over there very soon, Hector. Hector, just let me know if the other mods aren't there, bro, and there's chaos or something. If you could pop back in here, let me know. I'd appreciate it. But if DJ and Frank are there, yes, everything should be alright. They're usually there for these ones. Yeah, happy days. What time is it? Oh, just after 8 o'clock. Actually, guys, you know what? I'm going to wrap it up. I'll make sure I catch my man D-Bird. Alright, so I'm going to head over to the Men of Action channel. I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. So if you haven't subbed and you've enjoyed the conversation, you want to see me again, do consider if you want to drop a sub. I would appreciate it. What else is going on? Thank you to the members, thank you to the moderators and all that. Oh, I can stay on a bit if you guys want. I can do another hour. Do you guys want another hour or something? Well, I can do it. What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? Do you want to stick around? Anybody want to stick around for a while? I don't know. What shall we discuss? I'm just thinking about, I've been on here a couple of hours already. Yeah. Alright, I'll stay on, that's right. I'm sure Dennis will be alright without me. He's doing his workouts. It's usually, so the person who got me essentially to commit to make this channel was D-Bird Men of Action. He was the first real YouTuber I found who was having real conversation amongst all the fake BS on YouTube Live. You know, not everybody's cup of tea. I certainly don't agree with the man on everything, but he is a good friend of mine and he does it his way, right? And I respect that. And he got me to sort of put myself out there with this channel. So, yeah, I do support him. But, no, the other mods will be there, so it'll be alright. How you getting on, Mitchell? How's things going, dude? How's things going for everyone? Shall we change the question? Well, I need to think of a new question here, guys. I'll change it up for us. Let's go. Let's see. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do. We'll see if we can get to 40. Let's ask a question. We'll replace the question. What are we going to replace it with? There goes the question. We'll make it more current events. You cool, man. Have a good night. Thank you, Mohammed. Yeah, I'm going to stay on for a bit. I was going to sign off, but we'll stay on for a bit and then, yeah, just chat about whatever. Susie, we're home in a bit, but I think she's might put her in dinner duty. There's probably, I don't think I ate much today. I ate a bit, but not enough. Some food up there still. But yeah, how's things for me? You're going alright, man. Yeah, ticking along. Just ticking along each day. It's very much, the consistency is paying off. The everyday actions, the extra when I don't feel like doing something, the 10 minutes there and an hour here, and like when I just don't feel like doing shit, just always pushing through. I was going to do a garage stream today, but like that overwhelmed me a bit after the push-up one. I was like, oh, like, can I actually do a garage stream today? I'm like, nah, I need to be down there. I just need to do like headphones on, listen to some music and actually like make it some me time in the garage type thing and just vibe to some music and that. So I just did it that way, man. You know, I'm getting used to it, that balance and doing YouTube and yeah. So I think we'll do a bit of a garage stream tomorrow or something. The other reason I didn't do a garage stream is it rains so hard on the garage roof, like you can't hear me talk. All you can hear is of rain. That's just horrific. So it's been a very interesting conversation tonight. One of the best so far, in my opinion. Oh, I appreciate that, Wanda. Well, yeah, I was trying to. Why do you think that is? What do you pin that down to, Wanda? As far as conversation, what I'm trying to do is change the questions up, so we're going through a lot of different questions. So I think about maybe every 5 or 10 minutes or something, or you know, I think that might be it. That was my intention, Wanda. That was changing the topic, asking these different questions would help. You know, let's have a good varied chat, right? I definitely don't want to be on here giving the exact same message every night, or doing the exact same thing on every stream, which is like I do workout streams, garage stuff, we build the house, we play with the dogs. You know, it's so much variation because I want to offer a lot of different stuff, not do the same thing every day. Like people don't want to tune in every day and have me being like, oh, self-improvement, discipline, and here's the tactic. And like when people ask, I answer it, but I also want to have like an actual conversation going on, you know. Yeah, I'm glad you've been enjoying it, Wanda. But yeah, I'm going to stay on a bit longer. We were going to head off, but I'm going to stay on and we'll chat a bit longer. And, yeah. That's what made it so interesting. People have their own stories, their own realizations, life happenings, and they're speaking about, and I like that. Very interesting to me. Yeah, Wanda, that's what I always wanted this channel to be. Is I didn't want it to be me harping on about my life the whole time or something, right? It's that essentially more I host it and I'm just involved in the conversation, right? So I think that's what makes this channel quite different. Is the idea is we're having these deeper conversations, we're discussing these topics, we're changing the question up. So it's always something different we're talking about. I think that's it, right? Like to improve your income personally? Nice, Mitchell. Yep. How do you think you're going to go about that? What do you think would help with that? What's your plan? Hello, bud. Good to see you. G'day, Peter Aldrich. Yeah. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, I nearly headed off about 5 minutes ago, but I went, I'll stay on for another hour or something. We'll have a decent chat tonight. Have anybody seen Kurt, by the way? Hope Kurt's doing alright. I haven't seen Kurt. Have I seen Kurt in here today? I know Mandy was in here. Where's Kurt been? Trying to get your glider license within the next year. I like that, man. I was thinking about getting like a pilot license. I didn't think about gliders, man. I didn't think about gliders. I was thinking of getting like my pilot's license or something, so I could have like a little Cessna or something. But I didn't really want all the. I didn't want to be crazy, ridiculous high up. But the sound of a glider sounds nice. I've been watching some stuff with some people doing like, base jumping, skydiving, wingsuits. I think wingsuits, I'd love to do it, but I think it's a bit risky for me. You know, I've got a missus trying to build a life. I think motorcycles are dangerous enough on that front. But yeah, man, I hear a nice glider. Ooh, now we're talking. You got me thinking. I see the appeal, man. Can't finally get back to work now that your past injuries have cleared up. Awesome, man. So it's on track. On track. Let things get back together. Yeah, it's the injuries will get you. Like when I munched up my hip, it made it really hard to work on cars for quite a while. It was about a year after I broke it. It was still very difficult to wriggle around under cars and stuff. So that's gonna up your income, I guess. What are you looking at doing as well, Mitchell? I think side hustles are good, but it depends how much time you can put at it. You don't want to stretch yourself too thin either. Victoria, hello, mate. Good to see you again. Yeah, we're asking a question at the moment. Is there anything you want to improve before New Year? You can always tomorrow can be New Year's Day. You can pretend. You can act like it's New Year's tomorrow and go, here's one thing I want to work on, until the end of the year or something, So we're trying to have that conversation. You having a good night? Yeah, having a good night here. Or is it just hey and good night? Hi, bye. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, USA. How is Louisiana? How's the weather at the moment? As you can hear, it's pouring down here. Second year electrical apprentice. Want to finish my apprenticeship off, then move on. Yep, fantastic, man. Yep. There's definitely good money in wiring up cabins and stuff, man. Once you're actually electrical apprentice and anything like that, right? Electrician. There's always money in being an electrician, man. It's one of the last jobs the robots will take. Crawling around installing HVAC, putting wiring into houses, right? It's the trades like that you're not going to get a Tesla robot wiring a whole house within the next 20 years. I'll tell you that. And so the plumbers and that, right? Those are the jobs that are going to stay and pay. If you can fix stuff, I found the right woman. Took me 20 years to find the right woman, but I found her now. I do apologise if the connection's a bit choppy. The Starlink sometimes doesn't like very heavy rain, but we tend to stay on. It seems alright usually. What do you reckon there, puppy? We have a little sit down here, puppy. Right. This is my German wife. This is my wife. Her name is Heidi. But no, Susie should be back shortly. She's out at work at the moment. This is the lovely lady here. Yeah, Miss Heidi. You sleepy? Did we tire you out today? There's a break in the rain and managed to tire out the dogs, so that's good. Yeah, this is Miss Heidi. Hello, darling. Susie. There you go. So I've got me nice, my favourite shirt on tonight. I think Susie's probably banned me from wearing it in the garage, actually. Come to think of it. Because every time I go in the garage in this, my favourite shirt, I wander in there for something, I end up ripping it open. Then Susie has to sew it back up, so get in trouble. It's a hard life, eh? Hey, puppy. Robots will definitely take most of. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, that's what I mean. Is we're talking earlier about AI and stuff, and it's like that kind of stuff is here to stay. It's you can either use it to your advantage, or it's gonna like you're gonna get destroyed by the people who are using AI to solve their problems and stuff, right? So that's why I heard a lot of creators say on YouTube of like, oh, I'm not gonna AI anything. I hate AI. I hate AI. It's like, man, there's a lot of aspects of it I dislike, but like. You can use it to schedule your things and actually use it as systems in your life to help you get along with things. I'm not saying, I don't think it's not ruining art or creativity or any of these things, but it's like, as far as looking up information and learning and being able to pursue things, you want to learn a whole new trade or pursue something, I was looking at researching a new truck I was looking at buying, and I was able to compare it to my current truck and all the different specs and every metric and make sure I knew exactly what I was buying, What was for dinner? Haven't had dinner yet, mate. No, Susie's still been out at work, so once she gets back, we'll do something. She made me breakfast this morning, but I didn't eat all of it, so I'd say dinner's going to be leftover breakfast. But beyond that, we'll cook up some more burger patties. Yeah. Gourmet breakfast beef sausage patties. There's some burger patties. So we basically make a burger like that, but without the bun. Because I don't eat bread. Put some pickles on it, put some cheese. We're nearly at 40 likes. If you haven't hit the like, please do. I would appreciate it greatly. You can poke me in the eye a couple of times. There's a couple of taps anywhere above the chat. Just give me a poke wherever, whatever works for you. I would appreciate it. Celtic! Good to see you, man. But yeah, that'll be dinner, man. That's been the usual lately. It's like meatballs, or it's literally burger patties with pickles and cheese on them, mate. Some eggs, bacon. It's the usual go. Bit of chicken breast, like crumb chicken breast stuff. Yeah, I need some more fruit in here soon. I need to get some more fruit. I know that much. I don't eat vegetables usually. Like a pickle would probably be. I think a pickle is the only vegetable I've eaten lately. So yeah, I usually stay away from the vegetables. But the chat's obsession with pickles has led me to problems. Oh, it's getting quiet here now. If it's going to be with 3 people and no chat, I'll bloody bugger off. What's happening? Go support my boy Dennis. It's getting quiet. What else shall we talk about? What's something you want to improve before New Year? Anybody got some more answers there? Nabavu, I'm from New Zealand, my friend. New Zealand. What's something I would like to improve? My consistency with working out. I'd like to continue working out every day until the end of the year. Like at a lower level after September, but I would like to be making sure I'm working out every day, because I know the morning dopamine and the focus is really good for me to thrive. If I don't work out, I don't function. I sort of forgot that. Like, I wonder why I was a bit down over the last few weeks and that, not feeling myself. Just that lack of working out, man, falling off that. Trying to figure out the accent. Yeah, it does take a bit of time to tune into. There's some streamers I've found, and I'm like, I can't quite understand, like, what accent is this? And, finally pick it that the guy's Scottish, and I'm like, oh, something. I was like, yeah. Then I can understand, what they're saying. Once you once you tune your ear in, we got Miss Heidi here. She's having a sleep. You're gonna have to get off there soon. Enjoy the bed while you got it, dog. Shoot out. Out cold. You're all tired. All tuck it out. Turns out you can tire out a German Shepherd. You can run around the lawn and run around the yard enough. Which is something I like to do too. More of a need, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be crazy numbers, but yeah, I need to, you know, even if it's 100 push-ups a day as a minimum or something, just every day I need to make sure, you know, I can drop it to 100 push-ups without much trouble. How long have I been live for? Enforcer, good to see you again, man. I think we've done about a couple of hours now, 2.5 hours maybe. So yeah, we're doing a bit more. We're just hanging out. We'll keep chatting. Click the like if you haven't, guys, please. I would appreciate it. I try not to ask too often, but I do need the channel to reach more people, so the likes help. They do really help, I promise you that. I think I'm making a big move before the end of the year. What are you thinking of, Wanda? Are you gonna, do you wanna run it by us, or is it top secret? Is it classified? Big move before the end of the year. What's your big move, mate? What are you scheming? Yeah, doing well, Enforcer. Yeah, flowing along. Bit of a more inside day, doing the boring stuff day today with the heavy rain. So I've been building a AI agent essentially to act as a personalised assistant, the same way as I'm trying to build. Well, I have successfully built it. I tried to have it at the start of this live stream with me talking that it's Jarvis from Iron Man, right? But it's set to my parameters and my conditions, so it's like my own personal assistant, but it's in the Jarvis voice like an Iron Man. And I can get it to schedule tasks and do all this stuff for me. So I'm building up that agent and figuring all that stuff out. And it works completely perfect. But yeah, it took over the mic when I went live, so YouTube had no audio. So I'll just have to run that on a separate device. But what I'm going to do is have conversations where when I want to look something up or whatever, I can reference to Jarvis, and he's going to pull up the information and is under instructions to, you know, not prattle on and make it like 2 sentences about a topic and how to elaborate on them and how to feed in with the chat. So we're gonna do a bit of that kind of stuff with the AI in that way, just so we can get information as we go and discuss topics. And basically, the AI can listen to the entire conversation I have here and everything I read out, my perspective. It understands my goals for the channel and my mission, and then the AI is going to discuss pertinent information, so we can learn and grow that way, and you guys can ask questions and we can run it through and get the other perspective and stuff, right? Want to start your own landscaping business? Fantastic, mate. Get yourself start off with a cheap Toyota pickup truck with a lawnmower on it, lawn trimmer. Start knocking doors. Yep. Just get the name out there. Word of mouth is more important than anything with that kind of stuff, right? You do a decent job with somebody's property, you take pride in your work, you'll keep that customer forever. That's my opinion. I think I'm going to sell my house and move to... Sorry. I think I'm going to sell my house and move to a different state. My husband passed in May. Oh, sorry to hear that, Wanda. There's no really reason for me to be here. I've lived on this property since '97. Yeah, I get that. My grandmother did the same thing. She had this big house up on a hill. You know, we all grew up there, going up there. Me and the cousins and that would go visit. But you know, once my grandfather passed away, it was far too much property for her to take care of, and you know, she was getting old and just wanted to like enjoy her life, right? Not spend her life cleaning this giant house and stuff. So I would say if it's, you know, if there's nothing, if you feel there's nothing there for you anymore, yeah, go on that journey. I think that's a great choice, Wanda. I think it's good. Well, what about travel overseas, Wanda? You could move to another country. What, you know, are you moving to a different state to be closer to other family or something, or could you move anywhere in the world? Just out of curiosity. Be interested to, yeah. Lived on the property since '97. Wow, man. you know, I think it would be a good thing as well, like if you're struggling with the memories there, like if you're tied to him a lot of memories at that place, that's good, but it's also without him there, is it difficult for you to be there without him around, and it's like you need to maybe heal away from that space or something. Hey Rob, good to see you, dude. How are you, man? How's things going? Yeah, mate, the muscles. Gotta have the muscles, mate. We got my favourite shirt on tonight, Rob. How you going, mate? How's things over on your channel? I'm sorry I'm getting to bed a bit earlier, Rob. I do try to catch a bit of your streams and stop in. I try not to just drop a like and run. I try and be there 4 or 5 minutes so it actually, counts with the algorithm, helps you out, man, before I run to bed. Yeah, how you getting on, mate? Good to see you. Awesome, thank you, bro. Love to hear it. Well, feel free. We got a question up there if you'd like to discuss it, Rob. If you anything you'd like to add to the conversation there, mate. Yeah, something you'd like to improve before New Year, rather than New Year's resolutions, we're looking at making a resolution from now. I've heard you did well with the quitting smoking there, Rob, is my understanding. You gave it up, man. I'm gonna, I was looking into it today again. I meant to call them today about nicotine patches and stuff, and government subsidy and that, but I think I can do it online possibly. Yeah, so I'm gonna look into that later tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna switch over to nicotine patches. All I need is the nicotine coming in. That's what I'm addicted to, right? So at least I can start healing up my lungs a bit, man. But yeah, I hope you're feeling better with the cutting back on smoking. That was an amazing progress to see, bro. You've inspired me a bit with that one. Like, yeah, I need to actually kick them, get rid of them. It's easy. More qualifications. Yep. What qualifications are you pursuing at the moment, Rob? Because I know you're doing the stuff with lavender therapy and that, right? Fantastic, bro. Oh, your mother's home. Hey, bro. Who's there? Buddy, who's there? Is that your mama? Is that mama? I think it's mama's truck. I think it is. 4 weeks no smoking, that's solid, bro. The phone was going to fall over a second. That's solid, bro. That's great to hear. How long did you smoke for, Rob? Out of curiosity. But yeah, I was very, very, I was quite surprised at that, man. I'm used to seeing you smoke around the stream like I do, and then yeah, you were saying I think it had been a week without when I talked to you. Depression counselling, fantastic, bro. Yep. I think you do a great service with that, man. I think you do a great service with that, dude. That's what's all about, helping people, right? The more qualified you are, the more experience you have. 30 years. Is that like the first time you quit successfully for that long, or have you had other stints of it? Because yeah, that's right where I'm at, man. This pack of cigarettes I'm on now will be probably my last pack, I'd say, man. I've kicked all these other things in my life. I've gotten rid of the drinking. I've focused. I'm building, and it's like that one thing still in my life where I feel doesn't align with where I'm at, right? People have said it in the chat, obviously trolls and that say it, but other people said it's like, well, how can you talk about self-improvement when you're sitting here smoking like this? I'm like, well, I'm not perfect, but it is something I want to work on. And I think it's a really good thing that I display that, yeah, I can overcome that. It's a really good example of, hey, here's a 20-year thing I've battled, and now I'm facing it, right? Quit before about 9 months. Yeah, I think I lasted 2 years after the nicotine patches, Rob, and then yeah, just fell back into it. I think it was I moved into a flat. I moved into a changed flat, and all the people there kind of smoked and had parties and drank and that, and it kind of just happened that way. It started off slow, and yeah, it's amazing how much we put off. Like, we're always wanting to cut back, but then it's like, why didn't I go to a nicotine patch in the last 10 years when it had worked before? It worked when I was 21, Hello, wifey. Great to see you. Oh, yeah. It's a very, very drowned-looking Susie coming in the door. All right, folks. Well, looking at the state of Susie right now and the drenchedness of her from getting out of work and getting in the door, I'm gonna head off for tonight and spend some time with Susie here and wind down, have something to eat and that. I think good idea. Or do you want me to stay on? What do you reckon? Are you good?
It's up to you.
All right. There's still food there if you want it then. Yeah, no, I don't know if we're still talking a while. I can do a little bit longer, I guess. King Enforcers just asked some stuff. Just, sorry, I'm just making sure because I don't want to make it difficult for. Yeah. Last year, I quit my well-paying job to take over my dad's business so he can retire. It's been extremely hard, taking a huge toll on my mental health and financially been very hard. I guess my point in this is to say I wish to improve my mental health and make time for myself before the new year. That's it, King. Like. Sometimes, less out, like if you're getting a bit of rest and you're able to have a bit of time to chill out, it's going to make those hours a lot easier. You know, like if you're just grinding yourself into the ground all the time and you're just like, oh, I can't function. I've found stepping back and going, man, I'm going to go switch off for here or there and I'm going to like work less, but my work time is way more focused and productive and I'm not so rattled. So it's controlling that emotional state first, because like if you're just so high strung you can't function, it's just gonna keep stacking, man. So I would try and that would be a good way to work on the mental health side of it, right? Maybe Rob has an opinion on that too. Gotta get ready on your lives kitchen soon. Yeah, sweet as Robbie. I figured you'd be about to go that way. Thank you for stopping by, Rob. Do appreciate it, mate. If anybody hasn't hit the like, please do. I'd love to get to 50 likes. Yeah, I'll stick around a bit longer. Hey, Zachy, good to see you, mate. Oh, there's a blooming earthquake over there, is there? I haven't heard about that. Oh, I might have seen a clip. Was that the one where, it was the top of a concrete building? It was like swaying, but I didn't think it was I hadn't seen anything about it. Yeah, I didn't see anything about what happened with that. I don't, honestly, guys, I don't read any news and stuff like all that stuff. Kind of, I struggle to detach and get stuff out of my head. I'm getting better at it with the live streams and the channel and stuff. But as far as like news and all this information stuff, it tends to overwhelm me a bit, eh? It tends to be chatter on the skull. It keeps me up at night, and then I start contemplating too much about the perils of the world. Thank you, I appreciate the advice. Oh no worries, bro. It's you gotta make sure you're filling your cup, bro. Like, it's about what's sustainable, King Enforcer. Like, it's got to be sustainable. What you're seeking is consistency and flow, and it's just like. Sometimes if that means if you got to go fishing or like, for me it's a motorbike ride. Like if I'm working and I'm not working that effectively and I'm like, man, I'm just like slogging through this and it's, I know I'm not being very effective, I'll go out and ride a motorbike for an hour and come back and like, maybe have a bit of lunch and then I'll flow through the afternoon and I'm just, I can solve problems that seem really difficult and overwhelming very easily, right? Now, otherwise, we're just grinding ourselves into the dirt, and like that's the advice I took from normal people's self-improvement. My first 2-3 years in like the self-improvement, learning, trying to improve myself, I always felt like I wasn't matching up to the bar of what all these people said. Oh, you got to grind, work hard, and you should be working 14 hours a day and chase your dream and da 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 da. That doesn't work with like anybody with trauma, ADHD, any kind of neurodivergence of any kind, right? We don't operate that way. We change tasks, we focus on different things, and we like that freedom to move around, which is why like a rigid job isn't so sustainable for us and stuff like that. I don't know your position, right? Well, you are right now there, Shovel Brigade. Motorised Shovel Brigade. I like that. That's an excavator, yeah. As my mate said, old BW said, it's just a hydraulic shovel. I love excavators, man. I learned to drive one last year to do the earthworks around here, little 1.7 ton, man. I tell you what, I'm like a kid at Christmas on an excavator. Because it's like motorcycles, and once I learnt the controls, it took me a couple of hours to get smooth on one. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got better since, but yeah. Couple of hours I was doing alright on one. Haven't hit any rainbow roots or anything, so that's been good. That's exactly how I feel like I'm dragging myself every day. Can't focus on a single task because there's so many. Yep. Are you able to potentially bring in some help in some way, man? Like what tasks are you feeling that, could be... Well, what's the little stuff that's interrupting your focus and your flow? Because you want to be able to flow and run the core stuff, the important stuff, right? So what's that little stuff that you can try and pass off so it's not constantly interrupting you, Or shift that stuff to a different type, like, things come up throughout the day. So just assessing it on that basis, I'd definitely be, give yourself room to breathe, allow yourself, like, rather than, like, I've got to stop, I've got to solve this, like, now, like, is it really, like, so urgent, right? Like, obviously things need attention at times, but yeah, you have to carve out something for you, or it's just not sustainable, right? You can grind all you want, but you'll still sink it because you can't go on like that forever. We're planning to be brigade. We bought a overlanding truck, a Toyota Land Cruiser, for that purpose, but the gearbox broke in it basically as soon as we got it, so we're waiting to repair that at the moment. It's gone by the wayside with other things in life, other things coming up, prioritising building a cabin and stuff. So all the ingredients are there, just there's still some work to go before we get there, but then I'm going to be doing long form videos travelling around New Zealand and stuff, and us camping and this and that, so yeah. There's a lot of different stuff coming to this channel in time. Yeah. Sorry, I'll just ban this person out of here. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Where are you from, Brigade? I think you've been in here before. I think you did come by once. Where are you from, my friend? And I really appreciate the dono there, King. Thanks for that, mate. First dono of the day. Thanks, bud. Oh, we're going to be doing... I'm doing push-ups at the moment for a cancer charity challenge, right? So we're building up. I'm going to do 739 push-ups every day in September. So if you want to possibly do some push-ups with me, or just tune into those streams, that'll be in about... It'll be in the morning in about 13, let's call it 13 hours away. 13 hours away from now we'll be doing push-up training. I want to do, let's go for 500 push-ups tomorrow. Let's go for 500. Why not? Hello, love. You drying your hair off a bit there? Hey?
Got a hair dryer.
You haven't got a hair dryer. Do you mean like you don't own one?
No.
Well, fucking order one. Do you need one? Do you need like a curler and everything? Huh? Oh, go look it up. See what it costs, mate. Go for it. You got the money. We can afford that. I'm getting all these new trucks and stuff. I can't have my missus without a hairdryer. What do you need, love? She's like $1 million. Tyres, yeah, tyres on your truck, yeah. That's right. That's my list, right? She takes care of the home, and I'm meant to be taking care of all these trucks and stuff. Yes. India, oh, fantastic, brother. Great to have you here, man. Oh, man. I tell you what, I have to remind myself every day, my feet hit the floor. There's always somebody, no matter how bad your day is, there's somebody out there having a worse one, Millions of people didn't wake up this morning. Their journey's over, right? We still got our journey. We got our turn on earth on the big blue and green balls, so, things ain't so bad, right? There's challenges in life, but it helps you appreciate the good times. So it helps you appreciate, things that come in the future. You never know what's around the corner. You're more likely to find it if you're trying to stay more positive, though. You got some hope for the future. There's a lot of negativity, right, that'll drag you down. But Nathan, what sport's that from, my friend? I don't really follow sports. Sorry, I don't really follow sports, my friend. What makes me stay hopeful and optimistic? Knowing that with enough repetition, enough consistency, I don't have to torture myself. I don't have to torture myself in my head. I just need to try each day. I don't need to guilt trip myself. I don't need to beat myself up that things weren't perfect. And that flowing through day by day is that repetition of anything, it's like repetition of push-ups. The numbers just stack up, right? You don't need to force it so hard. And then it comes together by itself, Things can flow a lot smoother, right? you keep yourself calmer, clearer, and you can think, you can function, you can go, and it'll come together, you know. Thank you for that, Celtic. Much appreciated, brother. Yes, if we can get to 50 likes, I'd greatly appreciate it. Won't sound too much longer. Susie's pretty tired. I'll try and catch a bit of old D-Bird as well. 50 likes we'll call it, I think, if we hit that. Been on here about 3 hours now, I think, at least. 3.5 hours, probably, guys. I don't know. It's been a good stream. We've talked about a whole heap of different topics. We've had a lot of different questions. We've left that one up for a while now, but we're still getting answers. So this year will be about growing in healthy relationships, feeling safe and real intimacy. That's fantastic. Yep. That's what matters. It's not money, it's not status, it's not what other people think of you. It's about what you're actually doing in your own life and who's around you, what's important to you. You know, not all this politics, not all this noise, not all these arguments online. Everybody's arguing and talking bullshit, right? The best thing we can do with our time is turn the lens on ourselves and, hey, what do we want to build for us? We're under the umbrella of the world, these systems, everything going wrong, all this crazy stuff, but we can still carve out something, right? That's what gives me hope, man. Enforcer, that's what gives me hope, bro. That I, like, despite everything going on in the world, like, look at the times our ancestors went through, right? For you to be alive now, you're on the winning side of history. Your bloodline has survived from the first humans until now for you to be here, right? You're on the winning side of history. Through every battle, through every famine, through every Vikings burning down villages or whatever, you're here, right? You know, what are the odds of that? No, I don't know. Somebody do the math. Engineering earning good but not happy with my life. I always feel something's missing. I always feel that to some extent. You know, the grass is always greener on the other side, right? You know, we always make it. We reach crossroads and we lean towards one thing. You know, we make a decision. But what do you want to pursue? You know, make sure you get some hobbies, man. Make sure you have some things outside of work and, like, you know, that you really enjoy. Get out, have some experiences. I think nature helps a lot. If you're feeling that missing is getting out of nature a bit, man. If you can, travel a bit. Well, I haven't travelled overseas. I've done a fair bit in New Zealand though over the years. So yeah, man. Just don't be so. One bit of advice I'll give you as well, mostly directed at King Enforcer, but obviously at everyone, is talk to yourself like somebody you're trying to help, right? Oh, thank you for the donation there, Nathan. Much appreciated, man. Thank you, brother. A banana. Banana. Thank you, mate. That's I've never received a banana on here before, so thank you for that. Good for potassium. Yes. Much appreciated, mate. But yeah, talk to yourself like a friend you're trying to help in your head, right? We're always our own biggest critic, right? If a friend came to you with your problems, would you talk to them how you talk to yourself in your head? Like, oh, I can't do it, No, your friend comes to you, they're upset, they're crying, I don't know what to do, I need help. It's like, all right, like, let's talk about it. Let's work through it. Let's look at how we can solve it. Maybe it'll take some time, right? But we don't treat ourselves with that same compassion. So the next time you're thinking that way in your head, that chatter comes in, that negative voice, it's like, imagine that you're trying to help a friend with these problems. How would you talk to them? How would you find a solution? How would you make it better? How would you make your friend, by the time they went home to their place, like, oh yeah, mate, you know, I feel better, I feel alright. Like what I try to do here with this stuff, exactly talking about this. We're trying to make people feel better, trying to give people some hope, trying to give some direction, you know. You know, people can come to their own conclusions. You know, we're just discussing, you know. That's my take on all that. What was Hector saying there? How's it going, dude? Just a quick update, plenty of haters on the dude's stream, but DJ's taking care of them quickly. Oh, fantastic, mate. Awesome. Good. I appreciate the update, bro. Thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, apparently DJ has it handled, but yeah, poor DJ might be on his own there. I need a hobby. For the past year, my life has been work for the moment I wake up to the moment I fall asleep. I even got out so burnt out and not clear-headed. Okay, so the key to that is, what hobbies did you have at like 15, 16 years old specifically? What did you enjoy by then? Because we're shaped in our youth and we find hobbies when we're younger. So it's returning back to those kind of things. Like for me, that was going back to BMX. riding BMX. Like I go to the skate park. I'm not doing the big tricks I did as a teenager or anything, but just flowing around. I'm not worried. Like teenagers just laugh at me. They're like, "Oh, you're not doing big tricks and that sometimes," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm too old." I just go, "Oh, dude, I'm too old for that, man. I'm nearly 40 now. I'm just cruising around, man, and like just enjoying things like that. Things you used to enjoy. Like I found online gaming I got into video gaming and stuff because I enjoyed video games. I got into cars and motorbikes because I enjoyed them, right? Gaming online became really, really toxic, and in the end, I got rid of my Xbox One and I got a PlayStation 2 again. So now, I sit here at 39 years old, and me and Susie race each other on Gran Turismo on a PlayStation 2. Here's the TV we game on, right? We don't have a TV apart from this one. That's a little old, CRT TV. I put a PlayStation 2 on that, and you know what I mean? So, like, those are the kind of hobbies, bro. It's like returning back to, like, what reached out to you, what were you dreaming of, what did you enjoy when you were 15, 16, around that kind of age, right? Coming back to say we become, adults, and as you say, you got all these responsibilities of this business now. What were the things you were doing that gave you as a hobby before you had to take all that on, right? That was gaming for you? Yeah, man. Yeah, I've really been enjoying the PlayStation 2, to be honest. It's without the it allows you to enjoy the games like an offline gaming experience, bro. It gives you a break, right? And you can just like hone in. So yeah, man, I'd suggest that. Like, yeah, a little bit of time at familiar games, but yeah, don't fall into a pit like I did. I spent years gaming for way too long, or like very long gaming sessions at night and stuff. So yeah, wasted a lot of time. Plan on building a gaming rig. Oh, I'm hesitant to even build an editing PC for YouTube because I'm very, with ADHD, I can fall into distraction too easily. So like I try and not to have too much social media. That's been my weakness lately a bit, is a bit much Instagram. I've been better the last few days. I open it for 5 minutes, I'm like, I catch up on messages, view a few reels, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this down, I'm going to go do something else. Like I'm going to get away from that, or I'll just like, I don't like ending up on there, so. What's my opinion on Aussie women? They're women who live in Australia. But yeah, at some point it'd be nice to build a gaming rig. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna wander off for the night. I'm gonna wander off, and I'll be back on tomorrow. So in about 13 hours, we're going to be doing some more push-ups in the morning. That can be a good start. If you feel a bit motivated when you wake up, you want to create some more energy for the day and stuff, check out my, you could check out my live from this morning. Rewatch that or something, do some push-ups along with that or something. I'd honestly say, man, 50 push-ups in the morning is a great point. Like, just 5 at a time or 10, a minute rest. Like, make your breakfast and whatever, and just drop 5 or 10 push-ups here or there. Will give you a lot of energy and make your body sort of feel better. It'll sort of get that day going for you. 50 push-ups a day, I think, is fine for the usual person. Just if you feel it through the body at 40, 50 push-ups, you'll feel like a rush up the spine of just like endorphins. And it's like, okay, I'm good to go, Alright guys, I'm going to head over to the Men of Action channel now, to my man D-Bird. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you all have a great evening, and take care. I might be on in a couple of hours or something, but we'll see how we get on. I can't really stream. I was going to stream from the garage or something, but we'll see how we get on. Alright, I may be back, may not. Alright guys, take care. I'm going to go back up my man D-Bird. See you soon, guys.